The ANZ CSGO Invitational is presented by Carl's Jr., home of great American burgers.
And it's not often they check it. Inz is able to peek out. He's going to get annihilated by Erd. And he's already up. So maybe it's two, but no, it'll be Iron going down early. He will be able to drop one cell. He drops Stat as well. One plank now comes through.
Good evening and welcome back to the LPL CSGO ANZ Invitational, brought to you by our friends at Carl's Jr. It's a pleasure to have you all here tuning in this evening. I am Dallas CSGYCITY and joining me is my partner in crime, Thomas Blackout Richmond, and we have the best of the best, the brightest teams here in the ANZ region, duking it out to see who is the best CSGO team this season. Tom, how are you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm stoked. It's going to be an awesome season 2 here, picking up from the first season where it was an awesome season. We started off really well. We had some awesome teams here, and it played out really well. So I'm sure season 2 is only going to be better. Yeah,
we've got some old faces. We do have some new faces. But before we get into that, let's have a look at how this tournament is going to be playing out. A little bit of the same as last time, obviously, but it's going to be 6 teams duking it out in a round robin. Everyone's going to be playing each other once. And the top seed, the winner from the groups, will be sitting pretty up there in the grand final spot, waiting for seeds number 2 and 3 from the groups to duke it out in our semi-final and meet them in the grand final in our final week. Can't wait to see how this one's going to be playing out. And obviously the thing that everybody's interested in, the players most importantly, is the prize pool. $10,000, $5,000 for first, $3,000 for second, and $2,000 for third. And we're doing something a little bit different this season, Tom. We're going to be getting you at home, all the fans involved. So keep an eye out for this. If players pick up themselves an ace, you can go into your local Carl's Jr. and pick yourselves up a small chips and a drink. If someone gets a knife on an opposing player, that's a free small fries. And the big one, if someone does the unthinkable and picks themselves up a 16-0 win, you can go into your local Carl's Jr. and pick yourselves up a free cheeseburger. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty hype about that. I'm going to be cheering for everyone to be getting themselves a 16-0. What about you?
Oh, most definitely. I can vouch for those cheeseburgers. They are top notch.
We did ourselves have a little bit of a feed going before going live, and it is definitely what you're looking for. But last season, we saw Greyhound obviously pick themselves up first place over Tainted Minds in the best of 3. Both of these teams going to be popping up again. How do you think that's going to be playing with them?
Both these teams would be fairly confident going into this tournament. I would say both of them would be expecting to make the finals again. Anything under that would be not successful for them. So I'm thinking both these teams will come into this really keen and really confident.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, playing in the studio as well. How do you think that's going to work out for them?
These boys, they play for top organisations throughout Oceania. They've been overseas. They've been at big tournaments. They've been at big games. So playing in areas like this, I think, only helps and benefits them as individuals.
So as I mentioned before, we do have some of the old faces popping up, but there are indeed some new guns coming through. But let's have a look at some of the teams that are going to be playing in the ANZ Invitational Season number 2. First up, some of the big boys from last time, Tainted Minds. Got a few new faces here, Tom.
Yeah, most definitely. They've recently picked up 3 new players, actually, coming in with Apoc, Sicko, and Tux. All high-quality players who bring a lot of different things to the team, so I'm expecting big things from these guys.
And, of course, the next one up, it's going to be Greyhound, our winners from season number 1. Now, the big thing here, obviously, Greyhound number 4, they're missing Gratisfaction. What's going on here?
Yeah, so we're going to have to give a congratulations to him. He's been picked up by a North American organisation called Renegades, and he's actually moved overseas in the last week. So that's a big change for them, as they've had this lineup for quite a while, and one of their features is definitely their team stability. So that's really going to mix things up.
But still a lot of the old faces there. Dexter, Urcast, Malta and Dick Stacey. Expect big things from them. Now, let's have a look at Legacy. Making another comeback this season. A lot of the same faces, except with the addition of Liqueur. Anything to speak about here?
This team's sort of gone from stride to stride, I think. If you watch at the start of Season 1, they were quite underwhelming, I thought. But as the season went on, they really progressed as a unit, and with the off-season, they've just continued to do that, so they're definitely a team to watch out for.
Yeah, definitely some amazing moments last season from Blitz with the Orb, and the rest of the crew really can't wait to see what they have in store for us this time round. Next up, let's have a quick look at Chiefs, a team we didn't see last season, obviously a big name in the ANZ region, with a lot of players we've seen before, Tom.
Yeah, no, definitely. Chiefs is definitely one of the most solidified organisations without Oceania, and they've always had a solid CS team as well, so it's really good for them to be able to come and play in our tournament LPL for Season 2.
Yeah, and obviously an extremely photogenic player in the form of Felix. But we have our team that made it through the open qualifiers here, Ground Zero. A lot of big names here. We saw Nickers come in last season and play for Corvidae in the semi-final. Burn as well, obviously, was playing, with Greyhound.
Yep.
Anything else to speak about here with some of the players I didn't mention?
These guys, I think they'll come in kind of under the radar, unknown, which I think will suit them quite well. They can just come out and really play an aggressive game and play their own game, and they're all good players, so yeah, I'm quite confident for them this season.
And last but definitely not least, we have coming up, it's going to be Breakaway, New Zealand's own esport organisation, spearheaded by the Breakers themselves. We see Noisier and Andy here, and Hazza, who all played in Season 1. So a lot of familiar faces coming through here. Haz also playing for the Order side, but Lamas, the new player. Anything to sort of speak here on the team of Breakaway?
It's awesome to see Breakaway really come out as an organisation in this last few months. It's really been refreshing to see from a New Zealand point of view. But as in terms of their CSGO team, these guys are relatively new in terms of tournaments they've played, but they're definitely solid players who have a lot to prove, and I think they'll do well this season.
Yeah, definitely can't wait to see them. Definitely going to be a bit of a dark horse, I think, in this tournament coming through. But obviously a lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces. If you do have a favourite player, do feel free to let us know on social media who you're rooting for. But tonight we do have 3 matches, the first lot of our round robin. These are going to be best of ones. You get 3 points for a win, 0 points for a loss. So every game definitely counts in your tournament venture. But first up, we're going to be having the big one, the rematch of Season 1's Grand Final. It's going to be Tainted Minds taking on Greyhound Gaming. Next up after that will be Legacy taking on Ground Zero. And to finish up the evening, it'll be Breakaway taking on Chiefs. And our first matchup, as we've just mentioned, Tainted Minds taking on Greyhound Gaming. And now, Tom, we sort of spoke about this before tonight's broadcast. Losing Gratisfaction, how do you think that's going to work out for Greyhound?
It's definitely negative, obviously, for them. However, I still feel like they will be confident coming into a tournament like this. They're still going to be one of the best teams, if not the best team in the Oceanic region. But this game right here, for anyone that doesn't really know Counter-Strike, these two teams, they're really staple teams of the community. They're probably top 3 teams in the country. So if you really want to watch a good CSGO game, this is the game you want to watch.
And of course, they do have that solid 4 that they've still managed to keep there. Do you think that that's really important? Because obviously Tainted Minds have brought in now 3 new players. How does that sort of work with a team? Yeah,
that definitely helps. I mean, if you have, you still have 4 players, you're still going to have a lot of team cohesion, and you're going to be able to take a lot of good team fights and that sort of stuff. So I feel like their teamwork's still going to be on point. They're just going to be missing maybe that bit of flair that Gratisfaction gave them. He uses the scope, the sniper rifle, so he comes in a lot and really makes an impact on the team. So I guess we'll see how we go without him.
So yeah, we do know that it is going to be Sterling filling the boots of Gratisfaction. He does have some pretty big boots to fill, but he is definitely a very accomplished player in his own. And speaking of accomplished players, we do have Nutters and Wayfarer standing by. Boys, what do we think of the first game tonight?
Sorry, did you say accomplished players?
Oh, mate, I hear you're pretty good around the around Dust 2 Mid, you know?
You know, we'll go with that. We'll run with it. I don't think I'm that good, but, you know, we've actually got a seasoned veteran here, and you decide to throw it at me.
If you guys are jumping across doors, I'm taking you out. That's like, through that door, you're gone. And
you're nothing, mate.
It's good to see you guys back. You know, we're happy to be back here as well. And you know, black out your shirt, mate. I mean, I thought you would have ironed it by now, eh?
No. No need for that, mate.
It's been
you guys feeling pumped?
Pardon?
You feeling pumped?
Feeling thick?
I'm pumped.
I'm pumped.
I'm ready for some more probably memes to be made of this face, memes of this guy.
Yeah,
I think all I can say is we're looking forward to this one, Dallas.
Tainted Minds and Greyhounds tonight.
First up, before you guys take us away, let's just throw some predictions around the table for the first match. Tom, who you got?
I'm going to have to go with the Tainted Mind boys here. I genuinely think this lineup probably should be the best team in the country in the next 6 months or so. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Tainted Mind boys there.
I personally, I'm going to stick with Greyhound. I'm going to stick with the Silver Dogs here. Let's throw it over to the boys that are going to be taking you through the first match and hear their thoughts.
I'm going to go for Greyhound. Straight up. I think since Gratz left, Sterling's got some big boots to fill, and if he can fill them, he's going to be the top AWPer in the region within no time.
Now, are you going to be jumping ship at the end of this match?
No.
Because, I think
not at all.
I think the steamroller is coming, and Tainted Minds, they're going to take it away.
I don't know. If anyone's followed me on Twitter, they know that I just want a pair of Greyhound sweatpants from Will. So if anybody's actually been keeping up with that, all I have to say is I've got to stick with Greyhound. I think that they are in it to win it yet again. We'll see them in the final. I can guarantee you that. It's just whether we actually get them, I suppose, in that semi-final or whether they're just going to roll this entire series.
I just think the loss of Gratisfaction, the Kiwi, you know, our hero from last season, I rated him as our MVP. To see him go over to Renegades, that's a disappointment. And those guys are going to be sad. Their morals are going to be down. Like it's going to be tough.
So you're giving it to Tainted this time?
Tainted Minds all the way. They got a lot of leadership. They've recruited some really talented players. APOC, Ofnu and Zusi, like they played with Winterfox over in North America, so that experience alone is something that none of these guys on Greyhounds can compete with.
All right, I'll give you that one, but I have to say we come into an oceanic staple map of Mirage. This is going to be an absolute frag fest. We are going to see those AWPs going up against each other quite hard. We're going to see those mid battles. We're going to see those long A battles from, your connect to your jungle, right up into Palace, right around A main. Do you think that this is one where Sicko's actually going to come out on top?
I think so. Yeah, no, he is a hero, and he's so talented with the AWP, and I think they haven't matched anybody up. Nobody can match him up in Greyhounds.
That's fair. I mean, Sterling, at least we got two Kiwis there. We got Sicko, the Kiwi from Wellington. I think we got Sterling, I think he's from Auckland, something like that. I think we're going to have probably the best matchup of AWPers tonight in this Greyhound Tainted Minds match. I'm still going to go with Greyhound. Got a score prediction for us?
16-9 Tainted Minds.
Well, obviously, I want to say 16... I'll give them a 16-11 to Greyhound.
16-11.
But overall, okay. I think we are just about ready to get into this game. Let's get on to Mirage and let's kick off this second season. Tainted Minds taking on Greyhound.
Now, it'll be interesting to see how the CTs position themselves, whether they give up the ace sight on the pistol round, use that range with the USP.
You do have to notice that Dick Stacey's come in here with the smoke as well as the kit, but they've gone in a couple of smokes over. Actually, notice the single smoke for CT. Malta hits that first shot, comes straight on through. Zeus's able to dink him back, but Dexter holding on site, picks up Ofnu. Dick Stacey through on Zusi, and Sicko left 1 versus 4. These CTs, though, all focused over towards that connector area. 2 of them heavily tagged. Dexter and Dick with just that little bit more health. If Urkaz comes through, it won't matter. Dick Stacey drops Sicko. And Malta the only person to pick up, I suppose, another kill there for Greyhound. A little bit unlucky. Zusi comes through with that single for Tainted.
That's a huge round for Greyhounds to get the game away like this. I mean, that's just what they need to build up the economy. Tainted Minds didn't even get the bomb plant. They're already behind. I see that they're going with the pistols. That's quite interesting. It's going to be a slow build to get that economy back up to be able to compete.
Well, I mean, between these two seasons, we've seen the CZ get nerfed, haven't we? So there has been only a slight nerf, only 2 points of damage. But at the same time, it is that nerf, and that could be the difference between an instant dink headshot and all of a sudden you're actually looking at maybe a couple extra bullets.
Let's not forget, it was the best gun in the game, and it probably still is the best gun in the game.
Will he get caught with the smoke out? He will. Zeus is able to peek up and drop Dexter. The player in mid is going to try and peek this, but that smoke is going to give them a free pass back down unders. You do have Dick Stacey playing on short. He's right above these players. He's just going to be wandering around. But Ofnu is already deep into apps.
I love this play from the CT. Just how they're waiting for the information before they make any noise. Terrace, they know that they've got the advantage to get the entry onto B, and they might be able to get the plant.
It's not too often you'll see sort of 2 people on B. You might see one person both rotating between short and that sort of B site. But if Dick Stacey gets off a couple good shots, Urkaz already on the flank unders. Going to be coming out window. Tuck's able to drop Urkaz. Dick Stacey picks up 1, picks up 2. Looking for a third. Sicko's able to drop him down to that 3 versus 2. Weapons better off in the hands of Greyhound, however, the 2 for Masters. That'll be shots coming through. Malta trying to pop off through the smoke. That'll be Ofnu dropping. Looking at one more. Sicko goes down. Now Tux, the fresh-faced player right here from Chiefs. This nade, there's nothing to be thrown into Apps here. Malta's going to go around. Sterling's going to pick up the final frag. Greyhound won't get that nice little AUNT eco. They'll be able to keep both of these FAMASs alive. But Tainted Minds, they do get the bomb plant, which means they will be pulling out... Will they pull out rifles next round?
Well, Tainted Mind really would have thought that they were going to win that round just then.
I don't think they would have. Well, they got the bomb plant. They might have had a little bit of confidence from there.
Oh.
Either way, we have seen the M4s come out on those players that did die. An upgrade for Sterling. It is just going to be smokes and Glocks for Tainted Minds. So here comes the throw. This is going to be quite interesting. It's going to be the 4 smokes. All of these going over. They're going to be looking for that fast plant. And I think you actually have something to say about that as well at some point, Chris. But Dexter, he's going to put a smoke out himself from under Palace. He's going to get this flash up. This is going to give his teammates a chance to peek, but pushing over site. That'll be 1. He's looking for 2. That's Malta coming in. Malta gets a second. And now, oh no. As APOC just popped through the smoke. Oh, just gets away with 25 points of health, but Dexter gets in and around. Straight through the smoke. APOC will die. Not a single person loses their life on the side of Greyhound. They'll take it to 3-0. But now there is quite a lot of money on this Tainted side, and if Sicko wants to go for that AWP, he can get a little bit of armor behind it, and you can see he is hesitating, and he's gone for it.
And this is what we're going to see from Tainted Minds this round. We're going to see a full execute. They're going to utilize the AWP, they're going to get it in a position where they might be able to get like an entry into a site, or sort of give them some information to be able to decide which bomb site they're going to go to.
Yeah, you can see this is the first time they've really tried to play into mid early, as they know that they've got that advantage with Sicko on the AWP at the moment. Sterling, he's still sitting there with the M4, and given that none of the Greyhound players died, there was no reason for them to upgrade from that previous round. As shots Sicko, I believe he's actually got a boost there right at the back of top mid. We do have a player sitting in apartments, but it'll be Sicko looking to make a little bit of noise. He's not going to spot anything over that smoke interconnected just yet, as the players are not willing to get too aggressive. They would have had that AWP very early in the round, so they'll be extremely cautious. But seeing how this one goes, does look as if it will be an A split at this point, given that you do have that player coming from unders, probably heading towards connector. Tux sitting in Palace, and the players trying to push mid, get that control over Sterling.
Well, Tainted Minds, they have full mid control right now. They have a leeway into connector. CTs are just not opting to pick because they know that they don't have the AWP to be able to compete with Sicko at all. And it looks like they might be going for an A split with players rotating through T-spawn.
Oh, Fnu's going to get absolutely annihilated here. Head spotted out by Sterling. Nice work. Gives away that hint that they are in mid. Sterling is just going to back away. He's going to keep himself crouched. That flash doesn't get him out alive, as he is still aware that that AWP could be at top mid. It has, however, backed out to A main, A ramp. And that'll be Dexter picking up APOC as he tries to push connector, and already Tainted at a large disadvantage. However, there's one player out on site. That is going to be Zeusy. Dexter, though, he still has the FAMAS. This is going to have a lot less firepower, but Malta picks up 1. Could be some shots coming through. Dexter drops Zeusy. Now Sicko with the AWP. Perfect round from Greyhound Gaming.
Wow, this is domination. I mean, it is early days, but this is not what I was expecting to see from Tainted Minds.
I'm not saying anything. You know, it's just my map.
No.
What would you do if this goes in Greyhound Game? I don't want to say it.
I tweeted it.
You want to say flawless? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Look, I'm still on Tainted Minds all the way here. It's going to take a bit of time. They got to get their economy. As soon as they get some momentum, they get the game read on Greyhounds, they'll be able to execute what they have been, what they have in store. We haven't seen what they have in store yet.
I suppose I kind of want to see that AWP matchup between Sterling and Sicko, but obviously we've got to wait for Sicko to get an AWP again, now that Sterling's picked it up. It will be Dexter picking up APOC to start this round off. Gets us going nice and lightly. Urkest is able to drop off New. Good work there as he tries to drop down into lower mid. Nade's going to come down. Will that annihilate Sicko? No! Does only 5 points of damage. That could have been the difference between life or death. And whilst, maybe you did sort of agree with Tainted Minds, you'd have to remember, who wouldn't just love a free cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. if Greyhound can actually take it 16-0? Would that be worth your
I'll
while?
be lining up.
Tux will pick up 1. Sicko's going to look to push in to connector here, but both these players heavy tagged. Only 47 points of health between them. Sterling could finish them both off with a couple of bullets from this CZ.
Now, just so everybody at home knows, the X-ray vision is just for the spectators to be able to see. These players cannot see through the walls and see that outline.
It'd be really cool if they could, though. They'd just be... I reckon that would be one of the most amazing versions of this game you could get. But then again, we usually call that matchmaking cheaters. So I don't really want to go too deep into the into how this works. And oh, Sterling,
Timing.
he gets timing, but having that advantage with the CZ, it does take a little while to actually pull back out. But at the same time, Sicko with only the 30 points of health, there we go, he'll take down Tux as well. Only losing Urcast after he picks up a couple of kills. And Greyhound's money, it is absolutely up there on the board. Only a couple of players yet to frag, and that's Apoc and Ofnu for Tainted Minds. But 5-0 is not the start I think anyone would be expecting from this, I want to say new Greyhound squad, but when you think about it, the Tainted squad, whilst it's got the more firepower, it is newer.
A lot of new players in Tainted Minds. Yeah, it's going to take a wee while for chemistry and everything to come together. This is, the first game of Let's Play Live. I think we're going to see the best from them tonight. I think they're going to come back and win this match.
So we've actually got both of the AWPs. One playing looking towards top mid, and the other one essentially down from the side, I believe from T-Apps looking towards mid as well. This could be it, though. That'll be one for Urcast. Sicko looks to peek up. He picks up his first frag here with the AWP. Dexter, he wants to peek into this as well. He's going to drop Sicko. He believe he may have heard that scope out. And Dexter put the nades over, but there's nobody else there. Urcast has fallen, but it's for a good cause at this point. Tux, Apoc and Ofnu now. Both all these players on full health. They'll have to find something in this round. But as I said before, Apoc and Ofnu still yet to frag.
This is not a good sign. I'm definitely a little bit worried for Tainted Minds at the moment. Greyhounds, they're backing off. They're not giving Tainted anything right now. They're playing the advantage. They got the number games.
Yeah, as you do see, they are going to be putting that smoke up into connector. This should probably will be suggesting maybe a short push if that smoke goes up, but no. Looks like they might be trying to fake this. Pushing up in to connector. Apoc, no. Dexter's going to get past that Molotov. He's going to get the damage off. It took a few extra bullets.
And that's the bomb stranded in mid. Ofnu has to go back to get it.
Oh, goodness me. He's got to drop down. Dexter is holding a perfect angle up on short now. Shots coming through from Dick Stacey. He will pick up the head of Ofnu. Tux will fall down to Malta. And as such, well, Greyhound Gaming pulling it up to a 6-0 lead here. CT side Mirage, though.
No, don't say it. 16-0. That cannot happen to these two teams. These two teams are the best teams in Australasia. Like, come on.
How good would it feel, though, being able to say the two best teams in Australasia, one of them got 16-0'd, and you got to go in and get a free cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. You just walk in, you just go, I want my free cheeseburger because Greyhound are amazing, even though I really wanted Tainted to win.
I'll be lining up. I'll be getting my cheeseburger. I love cheeseburgers. Come on.
Who does
Stuff my face full of
Exactly.
Oh,
That nade going to absolutely destroy Apoc. Zusi does not cop it as hard, but Apoc's still going to try and push into mid-window. Sterling with the AWP. This could be Apoc just ending his own life. Dexter will be able to pick up that first frag onto Zusi. Even the leg from Sterling will finish Apoc off. There is one player back behind Triple. That is going to be Malta. Tux will pick up Dexter, but Malta quick on that trigger. Gets the flick, drops Tux. Shots coming through here from Sicko and Ofnu. Sterling will fall. Nice shot, but Malta quick on the AK. Picks up two beautiful headshots to finish it off. A 3K for the round. Look,
AK and USP, this guy is one of the best with those weapons. Just so precise and clean. No wasted bullets or anything. I like to see it.
We got Ofnu on that James Bond, hitting that 007.
It is not going to stick around. Apoc is a legend. He is actually a legend of this game. He's been competitive and at the top of the scene since 1.6. 1.5 probably. He is a big name, a big player. He is going to show up and he's going to kick everyone's ass. I'm telling you right now, a comeback is on the cards.
Do you want to explain the difference in, I suppose, between the CT side and T side? For a map like Mirage, how much is that going to affect these two teams, do you think?
Well, it is very much a counter-terrorist map. So having strong defense is really important. Both these teams know how to operate on the CT side. They know how to place their AWPers. They know how to rotate the support lines. Their goal, their ultimate goal, is to get as many rounds as possible on the T side. With that advantage, they can sort of set themselves up. Going into the second half, the pistol is going to be incredibly crucial. It's gonna be the leeway into the game. Momentum is momentum is key.
And you'd have to say at this point the momentum is entirely with Greyhounds, and you'd expect that. It's like they're just chasing the rabbit around the track at the moment. It's a bit too easy for them. At this point, it does look like an A split, even though they've thrown that fake towards B, but given that nobody's taken a pick anywhere, Greyhound have got no reason to move. Even with these players pushing up, Malta, he gets aggressive, he drops Tux, puts the molly up into Palace. Zeusie's going to pick up one. Sterling with the AWP, he's going to be holding tight, he's waiting for Sicko to peek into him, and oh, he wins the duel. That's the first time we've seen it. Sterling will come out on top. Apoc will drop Dexter. Apoc comes through. Sterling with another one. Offnu will get himself on the board with that first frag, but he's got to push this. It's a 1 versus 2. They've got 20 seconds to play with. The bomb is going to be down right towards CT. Oh. Crossfire comes through, but Sterling with the 3K. That's the first time we've seen the AWP versus AWP with him and Sicko, and he has won that first duel out.
This is the first game that the first official Sterling has ever played with Greyhounds. And that is
what better way to start? Exactly.
What better way to start? Oh, 8-0. I mean, the players are so pumped right now. I actually wonder. I wonder if he's actually moved over to Australia. They've got a gaming house. I wonder if they're actually all together right now.
Oh, I'm going to doubt it at the moment. I'll admit, I may have had a chat earlier in the week. I don't know if they knew that they'd have to pick up Sterling so soon. But, oh lord, there we see Dexter. He picks up one. Tux and Offnu are going to push through. Now we're seeing a few frags come in. Malta's going to fall. This could be the round that Tainted do something, but now you've got Big Dick Stacy. You've got Urcast. Two amazing players looking to do something. Urcast looking as if he may come on the long flank, but no, he's just going to come through mid. Dick Stacy is smoked off at the moment. There is an AWP down. He doesn't need that. He's going to use his M4. Sicko only has the AK. And he will probably be one of the first points of contact for these boys. Nade goes over, could do quite a bit of damage. Sicko, never mind. He takes a single point of damage, the poor fella. Peeking around, Dick Stacy will lose out, and this could be it. This has no time for Urcast. There we go.
Come on.
We don't see that flawless victory. No free cheeseburgers for us. I'm almost tempted to just walk out of here now.
Here we go.
I don't know why I'm sticking around.
Here we go. 8-7. Tainted Minds are coming back.
You know, I don't think it's worth walking out just yet. Like you say, 8-7. I'm going to decline that. It could even be 14-1.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tainted Minds go on a run right now. If they get this round, they're going to break the CT economy. CT will be forced into maybe ditching a little bit of economy, like utility and things like that. That's going to weaken their defense. Oh, great pickup from Zeusy on mid. It looks like they got full mid control here. This is really going to help with being able to split the bomb sites. Yeah,
a little bit unlucky for Sterling there. I don't know if he was trying to get that nade onto short or whether he was actually hoping to bounce back from short into mid. Maybe catch a couple of those players off, but that flash will come through. Zeusy is going to win out the duel against Dexter. Maybe you are right. Maybe this is a start of a slight comeback for Tainted. I'm not going to give them that much leeway just yet. So 5 versus 3. Sterling is still alive on that AWP. Sicko, if he can actually beat Sicko out in that duel again, whilst I'll be extremely surprised, it'd be quite nice to see. Would be quite good to see.
Well, the T-side players have completely paused. They're just waiting for information, waiting for a CT to make a mistake, to catch them off guard, and then they're just going to walk onto a bomb site with no issue.
The problem here is you've got Malta. He's already on that hard flank. He's going to spot out Zeusy. He's going to pick up that kill. He's seen the bomb. Puts out the Molotov, and that'll be Sicko. Sorry, Offnu pushing through. Oh, he does get the bomb back up. But now they know where the bomb last was. It's going to be a little bit difficult to play this out now, because if Dick Stacy and Sterling both push here, no, the bomb is going to make its way towards the A site. That could have been extremely close. They pick up that frag there. Sterling holds it with the AWP, and all of a sudden they can't get that bomb back out of T-spawn. Does, however, now give Greyhound another 40 seconds to work with in an attempt to get this pick. Sicko gets the leg onto Sterling, and Offnu will get that bomb planted. They're expecting that push from behind.
You'd have to assume that the CT is going to be saving here. They're going to be saving these rifles. They know that they can't win this round. They don't have the positions to be able to overcome the bomb site and get the defuse. Time is against them. At this point, they're thinking about their economy, saving their money, being able to buy back with their teammates. They might be able to keep these guns, and they might be able to drop guns for their teammates.
Yeah, Sterling, he's got enough money. It'll be the second loss in a row, so it won't give them that much of a boost, but could be the slight difference between getting a couple of rifles out and maybe a difference in SMGs. Malta's got enough money as well. Dexter will have enough of a boost. Dick Stacy, if he keeps his weapon, probably won't be too much need for a drop. Sterling may just have to give Urcast a little summon. But otherwise, it will be Tainted Minds picking up their second round.
Come on, Tainted. Oh, I just don't want Greyhounds to win so that I have to hear it from you at the end of the game.
What did you say, 16-9 though?
Yeah, I did. Hey,
So you're giving Greyhound a single more round in this game, and Tainted Minds are just going to go on a 14-round one.
Momentum. It's a game of runs, mate.
So is cricket, but I don't think cricket has the rifles or the knives or half the stuff, and Sterling wins out another duel against Sicko. Perfect start into this round for him. It's absolutely beautiful.
I love that from Sterling as well, how he threw the molly down and the smoke came up and popped into the window, and how it leaves that gap for Sterling. Sterling just anticipated the play.
I mean, this is what happens when you get these pro players in. It's not like we're playing with amateurs right now. These guys get paid money. They get paid to play. These guys have to know what they're doing.
Oh, they understand their teammates, they understand their roles. These are complete professionals. These are athletes, esport athletes. It's so good to have them in this competition. I'm excited to see what they bring for the rest of the league.
Yeah, Dexter in quite a cheeky position as well. Just peeks his head up into Palace. But no, they're just going to be holding their positions. They're going to go and split it down to a 2-2 site hold. They're going to give up mid yet again. And that, if Tainted had an extra player, they'd be able to sort of push that player up into mid and try and get that flank on Greyhound, but unlucky for them, they don't have that player to boost Offnu up. Dexter is going to be holding close on site box.
The T-side players, they love to play this A execute using mid connector. Offnu on the Luke, put it, suppressing fire, nice, good.
We will be seeing Offnu and Tux picking up one each. Malta will fall in that little bit of a firefight. Zeusy, Tux and Apoc. Bomb will go down. Urcast and Dick Stacey now coming through, trying to pick up something. As we'll be seeing one player back towards A main for this hold. Molotov going to go up into Palace. That's going to hold one player off. Flash goes over. This could catch at least one of these players off guard. Apoc will fall. They now know where Zeusy is. They'll probably know exactly where Tux is as well. Whether Dick Stacey can pick both of these frags up, he's going to be prepared for both peaks. Taps the bomb. Neither player can spot him. He won't drop Tux, and Tainted Minds will pick up their third round, 3 in a row. May just force at least a semi-eco out of Greyhound Gaming.
Now, this is exactly what I wanted to see from Tainted Minds. They got it together. And it's the final adjustments that they have to their game as leaders. Tux, for instance, coming out of Palace, he's not dropping down onto bomb site. He knows that that's a very vital position to be able to win the round. He stays up there, isolates, gets information, and he is there to be able to close out the round when the bomb is being defused.
Malta pushing with a 5-7, a gun we don't see too often nowadays. Picks up the first kill. Offnu gets too confident, walks right into Urcast's Deagle. Dick Stacey playing on that B site. Could get popped here by Zeusy. He will indeed. That leaves the site open. But still, Urcast from short. He's going to fall as well. Sterling's picked up Apoc. This is a couple of weapons into the hands of the CTs. A 3 versus 2. They've got that man advantage. Bomb will be planted for short. And these players too are going to be coming from here. Checking all the angles. Zeusy catches one off. Sterling is going to finish him off. Sicko now left on site. 1 versus 3. He cannot win this. And we're going to see an AU eco. Sicko will pick up one, looking for the second. He's not going to find it just yet. Malta is tagged. Dexter, not so bad. Malta is just going to play around him with the 5-7. Gets a small tag off. Now that 1 versus 1. Sicko has to pull something out here. Smoke goes down. Dexter is defusing this without a kill. He can't win this here. No way.
Come on, knife kill.
Knife through the smoke.
Come on.
Can he get the knife?
Come on.
Oh, Sicko. No. He's not looking the right way. Dexter.
No way.
Oh my gosh. Dexter survives.
Mate.
Gets the defuse. And the kill at the
Mate.
end. Oh my goodness, Dexter.
I wanted the free food, man.
We wanted free food and you do that to us.
Dude.
Oh.
Oh, that's disappointing. And there goes the run. There goes the run. All right, okay, back to it. They're back to the next round. 9-3. That was a huge move by Dick Stacey. To defuse in the smoke. What a ninja.
Dick, it was Dexter.
Oh, was it Dexter? I lost my mind.
Either way, we can calm down now. There was no knife, there's no free food, and that's a little bit disappointing. They're going to be pushing out onto this site. Sicko has the orb. Malta's going to get legged with it. Shots through into connector. Zeusy picks up one. Sterling is looking for a little bit more, trying to play around from that jungle area. He's not going to find anything. The bomb gets a free walk onto site. Plant should be coming through, but Dick Stacey will drop Zeusy. A few shots through the smoke. Oof! Almost picks up, I believe that might have been Sicko. Or was it Tux? I'm not too sure. No, it definitely wasn't Tux. He's already back out of apps.
I love this play from the T-side players, how they did A play without using any utility. No smokes whatsoever. Totally caught the CTs off guard, and Sicko is going ham right now.
He's
beautiful.
He's trying to go ham, but Sterling isn't going to let him go full ham at the moment. DickStacey's going to try and get out of here with this AK, but he's going to get pushed by APOC. Sterling's going to fall. DickStacey picks up one. He's just got to get out of here now. He's got to make sure they can't drop him from here. Push will be coming up onto short. It just has to hold on for a couple more seconds.
Oh, okay, so Sicko, he almost had that massive round, but he pulled out some couple of really nice kills. Oh, and here we go, the torture.
You feel bad for him. If he hadn't switched between the knife and the AK, I think he might have actually hit Dexter a couple more times, but Dexter, he just holds it perfectly.
That was it. He was thinking about the fries.
He starts swinging the knife and then he goes, wait, no, I could shoot him. But no, free fries, because we have to remember, Sicko is a Kiwi.
Oh, yeah.
So if he can get his food in New Zealand, he'll happily go for it.
Look, one of the other reasons is why I tipped Tainted Minds to win this game is that they have 3 Kiwis in their team. And I'm a big supporter of my Kiwi brothers. Sicko, Offnu, and Susi. Through the smoke! Massive game read from APOC there. That's just what you need to be able to start the round.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful. As we do come into these final couple of rounds, we do see the eco from Greyhound, whether they can, I suppose, get the same result. You see Dexter's bought a kit this time. So, I mean, maybe if he's expecting the same sort of thing, we've got that eco. Maybe he's hoping that, Sicko only gets a couple of knife swings in before he's defused it this time, instead of that full 10-second defuse.
Can't believe he got away with that. That's going to be one of the talking points of this game.
But it already is. It's a lack of fries. In any case, it will be a push out onto this B site. A little bit of utility coming out. No smokes. Nothing to really cover off that market area. And that'll be Dexter picking up the first frag. He's going to put this flash out. This could give the Pistols a free frag here. Sterling picks up one. Offnu and Zusi trade them out, though. Nobody back at bench. Sterling looking for a little bit more. Walter's going to have to come through now. 1 versus 3. No reason to hold back. Maybe look for an exit frag through apps, but at the same time, is it really going to be worth it as Offnu might just spot him at... Oh, I don't know if Malta's spotted him there. But if they do back out through apps, this could be an easy couple of frags, as he does just try and save this P250. No, it's a 5-7.
At this point, he's just hoping to be able to catch a terrorist player and pick up his rifle and be able to save that for the following round. Their economy isn't great. They're still broke. 9-5. Going into the last round, a rifle here is going to be vital.
Even if it is just an M4 back off of Offnu, Flash comes through, he's going to tap away, he's not going to get that rifle into... He's going to chase it.
Really smart play from Offnu here. He knows that giving up that rifle into the final round, it'd be a big mistake. It's not worth going for the kill, and he gets away with it.
Yeah, absolutely worth it for him. He flashes Malta out. There's nowhere else Malta can really go. He's going to look onto the site, try and find something out of anybody, and nobody's got anything.
Rounds win games, kills don't. And that's how these players play. They're a team through and through. They do everything for each other.
I do have to wonder whose call it was to force into that round. With I suppose, a couple of pistols and a little bit of utility, because, as you can see, coming into this 15, this could be the difference. If they'd, I suppose, ecoed it, they might have had a rifle or 2 in here instead of just the pistols. It may not have resulted in as many kills, obviously, in that previous round, but the difference in what they'd have for this 15th coming through, as, yet again, Tenderman's going to take that mid control. And Greyhound, they've got no reason not to just give it up to them. They may as well just try and play the side, pick up the frags, and, I suppose, get a... I suppose unlikely, as it may be considered, 10th round here.
Now Greyhounds, they have a good read on this. They feel like the Tainted Minds players are on B. They've caught it. They're taking the risk.
Nice kill from Urkas coming through. Sicko's picked up one. Zusi's picked up a second. Sterling gets one with the scout. Shots coming through. Sicko's not going to hit that one. He's not going to hit that one either. He gets tagged up heavy. Urkas drops, but it's a 3 versus 2. The bomb, it can't back out here. Sterling's going to fall. Malta goes down. Greyhound Gaming. They'll take the half 9-6.
9-6. 9-6. I'm still a chance. I'm in the running. 16-9 Tainted Mind. Oh, I don't know. What do you reckon?
I'm not going to comment on it anymore. What did I say? I said 16-11, so that would still be thinking that Tainted would get another 5 rounds here. Greyhound on a T side. If they can start this off with a solid pistol, I think this could be quite positive.
Incredibly important that Tainted Minds win the pistol. I'm going with Tainted Minds to get it. It'd be interesting to see how they're going to set up for this. And look at this. They've got 3 players on the A site. They're prepared for this A execute.
The problem is, it is only 2 smokes coming over, but it's where those 2 smokes are going to land. Is it going to be CT? Is it going to be stairs? Is it going to be that jungle smoke off? It will... Where's that? No, it's just going to be jungle and stairs. That'll be off new. Tux picking up 1, 2, 3. Sterling gets one himself. Sterling now left. It doesn't even matter.
Huge.
It's all over. Poor fella. Tainted Minds, they do take that pistol as you expected.
Come on! Come on, boys. Bring it home. No bias.
No bias at all. No, of course not. We're just supporting teams like we really shouldn't be and having like a little rivalry that probably isn't really worth it. Well, all I'm waiting is for some nice Reddit post, something on Twitter. Someone's going to hit me up and just give me that old, you can't support a team, you're casting. Well, you know what? I want Greyhound to win this because I just want to beat Chris. Plain and simple.
Look, I just appreciate all good frags and good strategy and tactics.
And you just seem to think that Tainted have a bit more of it. Either way, this push going to come out onto the A site. Single smoke over. Urcast picks up Zeusy. Nice little 1 dig. The bomb plant will be absolutely key for them here. Dexter's going to push it through. He's going to be looking for it. Smokes, frags, HEs. Everything comes over the bomb. It won't go down. Sicko manages to burn Malta out. And now, a 4 versus 4. Pistols, I'd say, have almost got a slight advantage as they are on the site. Will just be off new with the M4. He's going to be the main man to actually do a bit of damage here on, I suppose, towards these Ts because that scout, it's only got 1 shot and it's done. We will be seeing shots come through from Urcast. He's looking to pick up off new. He 1-digs him straight out of the server. Tux peeks up. He picks up 1 with the MP7. Urcast grabs 1 as well. Dexter popping off with the P250. Sterling is going to get Molotoved out. He's going to have to drop away. He picks up 1 more.
Oh, he doesn't know where the bomb is.
He will get...
Oh,
no, Tux is already on the bomb. It's fine. Everyone can calm down. Tux has got this. Under control.
Well, that was close. A couple of nice kills with the Deagle for Urcast. Really set the round up. If they got the plant down with Malta, that molly spread didn't get him, they probably would have got the round. That was how close it came down to. And it was... he was a fraction away from getting that bomb down.
I do have to wonder, are we one of the first tournaments to allow the MP7 usage since it's...
No, I think it was just a recent update.
I was really hoping that we were one of the first tournament organisers to be able to allow these players to use the MP7 in whatever, it's fine. We do see a few more pistols come out. They're saving over that $2,000 mark. Urcast most likely going to be dropping that AWP over to Sterling, given that he has that extra $1,000 over the other players. Will be interesting to see exactly how this goes. Apoc, Sicko, and Ofni, they've all got the rifles. They're relatively easily spread out. Tux and Zeusy, they've still got the SMGs, and like an idiot, I have been calling it the MP7. It is the MP5 because my brain can't do maths at this time of night. Zeusy comes through with 3. Sterling left to find anything he can, clean up this round. If he could actually get an ace here, it'd be an absolutely sterling round. Either way, he doesn't. Zeusy picks up 4. Very close to yet again getting us some free food, but Tux, he just has to take it away from us.
I should get free food if I get the score right.
Yeah, not from my bank account, you're not.
Predictions. Come on. You should be buying it for me, yeah, come on.
Either way, we do see 5 AKs come out. Urcast goes for the extra utility. We're going to be seeing Tainted. They've actually just stuck with all the weapons from before, so bonus round for them if they get anything out of it. Sicko, through the smoke, the spread of bullets is not going to do enough damage to Dexter, and as such, he will survive. Apoc, however, has already pushed up top mid, gotten past him. Could be walking past him in the smoke. Apoc will lose his head. Ofnu peeks up, but he'll pick up that frag in return. Sterling's going to drop Tux, and this B side is wide open. These players are out on it. Sicko looking for something here if he can get it. Ofnu trying to push through short. Sterling will fall. And now the bomb has made its way down. Ofnu picks up 1. Malta has to clutch this out. He does not pick up anything. And Zeusy will pick up the final frag. Greyhound, for the first time in this match, on the back foot.
You must be worried. Money in the bank for Tainted. Greyhound really are on the back foot from an 8-0 lead to 10-9 to Tainted Minds. They've got to be worried. At this point, you're looking at each other and you're questioning. Like, you're looking at your teammates. Who's got the answers?
Who does have the answers? We really need to ask that. And you know what? I'd like to say that I think Dexter should be the man with the answers. But I don't mind who's got the answers as long as something comes out of Greyhound. And maybe it comes a little bit closer than here. Dexter, though, he'll walk through the smoke. He'll annihilate Zeusy. The man we know for one-deeging people gets one-deeged
Well,
on this exact map. Nade's coming over. Urkast is going to get tagged, but now is his chance to get some taps out. He's going to burn to a crisp. Sicko, that's 2 Molotov kills now this game.
Right. Maybe we should have made that a thing.
Burn 5 players to a crisp, get a smoky something. Yeah. I don't know. Either way, we will... some wild suggestions. Either way, it is that 3 versus 4. I'd like to see these Deegs do a little bit more work. Maybe Dexter pulls something out again. But it will just be both of the remaining players heading over to support Dick Stacey. Try and help him push out onto this B site. But all these rifles are going to be aimed straight up into apartments, and this could just be a whitewash.
Oh, doesn't miss.
Sicko will pick up a 3rd frag. Yet again, we see Tux coming through and stealing aces. And that's all I'm going to say. That's my free fries and drink gone again.
Everybody in the squad for Tainted Minds can step up. They're big-time players. They've got a lot of intelligence individually, and they have a lot of intelligence as a squad, playing with each other. They know their roles, what they have to do. Great anchors.
Absolutely. We'll see the smoke come over into mid. Will be interesting to see what they do here, whether Sterling's going to try and go for a peek behind this. An early no. Dick Stacey's just going to put that Molotov down into Connector. Flash is coming up. Could be wary, a little bit wary of a push. As Sicko's holding back off. No, he's up on short, but Urkast drops Zeusy over on that A side. It leaves it quite exposed. Sicko has to rotate around. He's getting burnt up as well. That nade comes through. Apox killed his own teammate. And it's down to that 3 versus 2. My goodness. This AWP. No, he's going to go for the bomb. He's going to drop it. Tux peaks at the absolute perfect moment. Urkast has this A site to himself, but the bomb's at top mid. Malta has to do something here. Spots out Tux. I won't be able to do anything.
Sterling had to go for the bomb. He had to get it back and get back into a safe position. It was left in the open. It was just bad timing. He's so unfortunate.
A little bit unlucky, but Tuxie's just left the bomb out there. He obviously thinks that maybe if they've already gone for a flank, someone's gotten onto the site, it could be all over if he can't obviously hold them off. Apoc, however, is going to be that sole bystander over on on A. Does seem as though both CTs may just be playing their own mind games on themselves.
I'd say Tux doesn't actually realise that the bomb actually was still out there. He may not have spotted it.
You think he may have just fragged him and then... But he's gone up short. He must have seen the bomb down. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We'll probably never know.
Either way...
20 seconds.
20 seconds on the clock. It's against Urkast and Malta right now, and they're going to have to make a really radical play.
Hurry up and get on to B, boys, because this push from short is pretty obvious, but you've got to make it. 10 seconds on the clock. If Tux gets a single frag here, it's all over the bomb. It has to be planted. Tux, he puts the nade down, and Malta picks him up. That's beautiful work. We've seen Greyhound get the bomb down. Both players very heavily tagged. 28 points of health on Malta, 14 on Urkast. Apoc with the M4, a single bullet to either player. He's going to switch out to the AK. He's got the flash, he's got the smoke, he's got the incendiary grenade. He can do anything here. He's going to put this up into apps, but no, neither player's up there. The peak comes through. That gives away at least one person's location, but the shots from Urkast on short. Greyhound pick up a 10th round. Blows your prediction out of the water, and mine is perfectly on track now, as long as Greyhound just win these next 6 rounds completely uncontested. Thank you.
That multi peak on Apoc, it gave me the jitters. Oh, it gave him the jitters. He missed the smoke.
The hood and the hood and the hood. Yeah.
Well, the economy is strong on both teams right now. We're seeing the T-side players head towards B apps. Not too sure how they're going to use this round. They're going to get under control, or are they going to go for a flood onto B? I'm not too sure.
I mean, they're obviously not going for that instant under control, given that Dexter is just holding around, possibly waiting for that push. Maybe making a little bit of noise towards B, and you do have Urkast just lurking up in A Palace. He's just going to be waiting, seeing if anybody does push him. May see a couple of flashes sort of head in there if Zeusy decides to push it, but Malta, he's going to get quite heavily tagged. He's just going to have to back away. And so far, the bomb, it is now going to make its way towards the A site. They still don't have to dedicate themselves to this. They can obviously move around a little bit more. They've got a minute to work with before that bomb has to get planted. They do have those 5 AKs, and as we always say, the AKs, they've just got more firepower than the M4s. That one-shot headshot potential against those helmeted enemies, which, you know, it doesn't really help the Tainted boys that every single player on Greyhound, as you'd expect, does have that full armor.
Well, it looks like they're going to be setting up for an A execute with a couple players going late underpass.
That late underpass could be absolutely key, but that Molotov comes out from Zeusy. It's just going to hold those players off. Players coming from unders though, Offnu. He's very aware that his connector's open. The smoke is down. And he's just holding for this push. Dexter and Malta will be the two players looking to push it. Straight through the smoke, we'll see Offnu. He'll pick up one. That'll give it away though. Got to find Dexter. He's looking for that frag. He's going to be able to pick up Offnu. The push comes through. Dick Stacey's going to fall. Urcast's managed to drop Zeusy. Sicko holding close. Apoc picks up one. Sicko from CT. He's got to find Urcast now. 8 seconds on the clock. Urcast either needs to die or get out of here alive. And it'll be Tux picking up that final frag. 10 in Mines taking it to 12. Both of our predictions blown out of the water, mate. It's all over. I'm done. I'm going home. That's it.
Oh man, time just was never on their side, and that utility from Zeusy, the molly on A main, it stopped their aggression. It was just clever play from CTs, but the pressure was never there from Ts.
It was almost at that point you wanted someone on Greyhound to sort of wait for that late, see if maybe one smoke over would work, and then all of a sudden it may have drawn out that Molotov, that spare smoke goes down on it, and that push can still come out nice and fast in comparison to, I suppose, a almost shattered push.
Now we're going to see a boost jump here.
One boost comes through, shot from Sicko, doesn't catch anything, he's able to drop Malta, Apoc picks up one, Urcast picked up one as well, Sicko going ham! He's going to back out. Dick Stacey is still going to be on that Glock. 1 versus 4. He's not really got much of a chance. Sicko with the 4 HP. Doesn't really matter. Tux will drop Dick Stacey. Tainted Mines up to 13. Greyhound Gaming have to pull something back on their T side, mate.
When we talked about the AWP players in New Zealand, the best players, we talked about Gratisfaction and Sicko. Both, arguably, they both have fans. Right now we're seeing Sicko really deliver here, telling them, maybe Renegade should have picked me up. What I have to say is,
Sicko using the exact same plan as Sterling, but the smoke just doesn't come in for him. But this might give away the information. There's not going to be that mid-aggression from Greyhound. Zeusy, he's actually held this A site relatively well, even if it is only that single frag before he drops. Molotovs go up into apartments. We'll just hold those players back yet again. And Zeusy, he's expecting that late push out of a Palace again, and I don't blame him. Quite often, you'll see Urcast, he's just lurking for them, he's waiting. But right now, it's all 5 players heading over towards those B apartments, and boy, Tainted Mines could be in for a rude awakening if this push pays off for Greyhound.
Well, another passive round from Greyhounds here, leaving it down to sub 1 minute before they do anything.
Tux picks up one, he gets burnt out a little bit, puts that smoke down. He's just going to sit in the smoke. Malta comes through, he drops at the hands of Apoc. Sterling will get damaged up a little bit. He's going to get finished off by Tux. Sterling picks up one off, New takes out Dexter. And Urcast, he's left on that lurking role. He's sadly now coming in from short. Seems like most of this CT side are expecting him. And as soon as he peaks, it'll either be most likely Tux or, I believe, Offnu. No, Urcast, he'll pick himself up one. He's looking for a second. He's going to have to try and find something here. Still got that player hiding in a bench. Flash comes through. 2 players still in market. Peeks over towards bench. Nobody's there. As soon as he looks into market here, he's going to get a rude awakening. And there we go. Zeusy comes through, picks up the frag. Tainted Mines pushing themselves ever closer to match point.
The defense on B Halls has been top-notch. Tux has done a wonderful job. All these players are really showing up right now. It's good to see CT defense from both of these squads. And Tainted Mines, they're on a roll right now. They're running away with it. Greyhounds have to show something new. They have to break down Tainted Mines. Yeah,
Flash goes over into mid. Nobody there to contest it for Greyhound anyway. Aggression from Zeusy, gets very close to A main, checks it out. There is nobody there. Sicko, no, he spotted the player unders. He drops Malta. Beautiful flick. Apoc is holding close on Palace, and Urcast, I don't think he's going to check this. He pushes out. That's an easy one for Apoc. He expects more. Pushing into Tetris. Offnu drops one. Apoc picks up a second. And Sterling, he's just running into the slaughter mill. Soon as he pops up, this will be all over. He doesn't even have to pop up. Zeusy pushes. Zeusy picks up the frag.
Where do you look? They're all looking at the same point. The teammates are working together so well. Just how they all anticipated, like, A main right then. I love to see it.
Everyone loves to see it. But as it is, Tainted Minds, they are up. They're on that match point, 16 rounds, and they will take it away. Greyhound will pull out that up on Sterling. 4 AKs on the rest of the players. Sterling is going to try to beat Sicko to mid, but no, Sicko won't show. Sicko's going to peek connector, and he drops Sterling. Beautiful timing from Kiwi on Kiwi. If this peek comes through, no, Sicko's just going to back away into that mid window. Falling back, but Tux still just holding that angle into the B apps. Malta is going to get dropped. Tux picks that frag up. It's not looking very hopeful for these Greyhound boys. This could be all over in a matter of seconds. Urcast is going to look to pick up a frag. We'll be seeing Dexter. No! Sicko picks up the frag. Dick Stacey will drop Sicko. Apoc, Offnu, and Tux, 3 versus 2. The bomb plant has to come through here. It does indeed, but Dexter, he's heavy tagged. Offnu pushing up. Flash will come over. Dexter, he peeks into connector. He drops Apoc. Looking beautiful. Tux and Offnu. Dick Stacey picks up one more. Tux has to clutch this. 1 versus 2. Tux peeks out. Can't get that tag onto Dick Stacey. Taps the bomb. He's just going to stick it. Will Dick Stacey? No! He thinks it's a fake! Oh, Dexter comes on through. Tux will fall. My goodness. 10 in Minds.
Beautiful play from Dexter to the flank. Push through jungle, come through CT spawn. It's the last position Tux is going to be thinking to look. And I can't believe he actually had the balls to go for the defuse. Oh, man. 15-11. Match point on the line. Oh.
I suppose, why wouldn't you, though? Why would you not just try and stick it? You saw Dexter do it earlier. So you just sort of think, you know what? I'm just going to stick this defuse. There's no way that I'm going to lose from here. But Dexter, knowing exactly how to stick a defuse, decides that the flank is absolutely the best way. Zusi getting highly aggressive towards A main yet again. Tux will drop Sterling. It's looking very close. These players pushing out. Urcast's going to fall. Zusi did not deserve that kill. He's looking for more. Malta will go down. Sicko and Offnu picking up frags as well.
Huge. 16-11.
That will do it. 16-11. Tainted Minds come out on top. I'll give it to you. It was my scoreline, but your team.
Oh, you know what? Good game, mate. But no, we really saw Sicko showed up. Tainted Minds, they gave us a scare. 8-0 down. Yeah. I don't know what to think. It really
just
caught me. That was a game. That was a
frag
great
power,
game to
wasn't
start
it?
off. It was a great game to start off the LPL Pro League.
Well, you have to remember, I'm expecting those two in the final again. So that might not be the only time we see them play each other, and next time it could be in a best of 3.
Yeah.
Either way, I think that the rest of the games we've actually got coming up are going to be absolutely amazing, but I do believe Sicko top fragged, and you have to give it to him. The man from Wellington.
Yeah.
It was absolutely beautiful.
What do you guys think? Back to you, presenters.
Well, thank you very much, Chris and Nutters. But what an absolute game there, Tom. Tainted Minds getting themselves a little bit of revenge there on Greyhound, picking it up 16-11.
Yeah, no, Sicko really showed up that game with the sniper rifle, I think. That's probably what most people would have gathered from that game. But Tainted Minds started really slow in that game, actually. I thought Greyhounds was maybe going to pull away with the win there, but they slowly picked up some rounds. Sicko was going well with the sniper rifle. Tux was playing quite well, picking up some frags, and their teamwork was on, and they deserved that win thoroughly.
Yeah, so I mean, we sort of spoke about this while the game was going on. Lots of things to talk about. But, you know, Sicko obviously coming through very, very strong in the end. The new addition for Greyhound, Sterling, looking very strong as well. But Sicko, do you think he was the real key for success there for Tainted Minds?
Yeah, definitely. Towards the end of the game there, he was opening up a lot of those rounds with the sniper rifle. You see when they were pushing mid there, he was just locking them down basically every time. I think Tux also had quite a good game as well. He played, had quite a lot of impactful kills and played quite well. But yeah, they all chipped in at the right times.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, we'll give us some credit there to Greyhound as well. Urcast, an absolute machine with that deagle there.
He's a beast for sure.
Yeah, absolute beast. But yeah, definitely. And the other thing, again, we sort of I just briefly touched on it there. Sterling fitting into the team. Obviously, Greyhound started off out of the gates very strong. What sort of went wrong for them there?
I think they just let Tainted Minds back into the game there. They were winning 8-0, and they sort of let Tainted Minds win 3 or 4 rounds in a row, which sort of screwed with the Greyhounds economy, and it stopped them from buying as much as they could. As you've seen at the start of the game, Sterling was on with the sniper rifle, but towards the end he didn't really have the money for it, so it became hard for him. Without the sniper, they weren't really as impactful.
And obviously we have it there. Tainted Minds kicking off the ANZ Invitational, winning 16-11. We'll be right back after a short message from our sponsors.
Your brain wants it. Your mouth wants it. These meals aren't out of your league. And how's this for a happy ending? Grab the big league deal from $9.90, only at Carl's Jr.
Flavor, beats that move you.
Your brain wants it. Your mouth wants it. These meals aren't out of your league. And how's this for a happy ending? Grab the big league deal from $9.90, only at Carl's Jr.
Welcome back to the LPL CSGO ANZ Invitational, brought to you by Carl's Jr. And if you're just joining us, we are going to be getting into match number 2. It's going to be Legacy taking on Ground Zero. What an absolute matchup we've got here, Tom.
Yeah, this should be another cracker of a match, to be honest with you. I'm really unsure which way this will go. I think it's honestly a 50-50 game, and whoever turns up on the day has a good chance of winning this one.
Well, we sort of talked about it. We've seen Legacy in Season 1. And they have more or less the same roster, same 4 players. Obviously, they've picked themselves up a new lad as well. Yep. But Ground Zero made their journey here through the open qualifiers. a whole day, well actually a whole 2 days worth of Counter-Strike being played there to make their way here. So do you think there's going to be some nerves for Ground Zero?
To be honest with you, not really. It's still at the stage right now where we're playing online. The teams aren't actually in the venue right now, so the pressure of playing right next to your teammates and all the cameras in your face aren't really there. So I think they should be able to ease up into this tournament with the online games and slowly work their way into it.
Well, let's have a look at a head-to-head of the players. Who's going to be taking on who? It's Legacy taking on Ground Zero. Obviously, we've seen a lot of the boys there from Legacy. Ground Zero, a lot of fresh faces there. Someone I sort of wanted to talk about, Destiny, a very sort of timed player, you know, in the scene. I think he's going to be very crucial for them moving into this game.
Yeah, no, definitely. Destiny's what you would call a veteran of the scene. He's been there, he's done it all. He's been the best player in the region. He's always been up there, so definitely he's a good, solid player. I'm quite excited to see the AWP battle between Blitz and Infrequent. Both of them are probably one of the best AWPers in the country, in the Oceanic region, so them going head-to-head with each other could be intense.
Yeah, that's one thing about Infrequent is he's definitely not infrequent with the AWP. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've just done that.
That's a yikes.
That's the worst. That's the worst one. But obviously, let's have a quick look at some of these pro tips. If you're looking at how to improve your game, funnily enough, it is on the map we've just seen in match number 1 on Mirage.
Yeah, no, it's definitely you got to love the pro tips with Wayfarer. So you guys will definitely love this one.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait to get in amongst and see how to sort of execute onto the A site. There is obviously, if you are new to Counter-Strike, there is a plethora of strategies that do exist when it comes to playing Counter-Strike. You sort of see them set up, you know, outside of sight, and it looks all very straightforward. But really, tell us about how difficult it is to sort of execute one of these plays.
Yeah, no, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, I should say. Like you'll see everyone just lined up throwing their smokes. It looks quite easy. However, it takes quite a lot of time to actually learn exactly where to put your crosshair, exactly where everything goes, and to do it at the same time as your teammates, so you're all doing it in sync and it looks like proper, is probably the hardest way to do it. So it's definitely harder in theory than it is in practice.
Well, we do have some pro tips lined up for you, brought to you by Carl's Jr. Let's have a quick look and then get into match number 2.
Anything and pushing the corner, and it's not us. I don't think they can. Oh, nearly splits in a 1v2. Oh, Zuzi with the 4.
Welcome to Pro Tips, brought to you by Carl's Jr. Tonight we're introducing Ace Smokes on Mirage, a rudimentary execute all pro players run. This play requires 3 smokes, 1 smoke to cover jungle and mid-connector, 1 smoke for stairs, and another to cover the sniper's nest and CT spawn. This play isolates CT players on site and prevents assistance from support players. With this successfully executed, the bomb planter can safely plant with cover. Terrace players have to be well educated and understand player placement and alignment to make these crucial smokes. Here we have the Terrace players taking their places to throw smokes. They have to be incredibly accurate. Anything wrong with their alignment will mean that these smokes will have gaps. With gaps, will allow the supporting CT players to be able to take out the bomb planter. When the smokes have popped, Terrace players push out of the entry points, place a pressing fire, and use the opportunity to get the bomb planted. With the bomb down, Terrace players can play out time till the bomb explodes.
Thank you for those very, very informative tips there, Chris. That was... Actually, I learned a little bit as well, I'll admit. I learned that utility can be used in Counter-Strike. I just thought it was there for entertainment. Like, people just bought them, and maybe that's just my rank.
Well, that's to help viewers at home who haven't really grasped the tactics in Counter-Strike Go, and just to be able to understand how the smokes go over the roofs and how it all assists their teammates.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people into the game and, really support these teams today.
Well, I suppose you've just shown us the pro tips on Mirage, and luckily enough for us, we've got Legacy and we've got Ground Zero taking on each other on Mirage. Well, do you think they'll be using the same smokes you've just shown us?
I think all of these teams, they use variations of these strategies. They use these smokes. Every individual in the squad knows how to use these smokes. For you at home, if you want someone to practice, you should definitely learn them, because someone's going to ask you to use them.
I have to ask, are you going to do like a series for us by any chance? Do a couple more maybe? Maybe even get your own stuff going?
Yeah, maybe. I might do. I mean, I actually thought that was really well done.
I'm quite happy with that Carl's Jr. pro tip for this week, and hopefully he'll bring us back something absolutely amazing next week as well. Maybe we should talk a little bit more about Ground Zero and the fact that they're taking on Legacy, though.
Yeah.
I suppose the question is, you've got two slightly fresh-faced squads. Ground Zero made a few changes. We have to say Legacy, they've obviously brought in, I do believe, Lacour. They've taken him off breakaway, and they're trying to get him in. I don't know if he'll come in on the AWP where Sterling's left, or whether they'll sort of throw that AWP over to Blitz. Maybe Lacour will come in doing something else. But I suppose the best place to start, what do you think about a prediction here?
Well, I've gone with Legacy. I think the structure of their squad, the reliability of their tactics, they still have a lot that they can use tonight. Ground Zero, they have the experienced players. They have players who have played this game for a really long time. Destiny, Burn is a great pickup. He played for Greyhounds in the last grand final of LPL. So you followers at home, you can jump on that bandwagon. He's a great player. Really cool dude. I can see him going large tonight, and he has been going large for them recently. On the other hand, Legacy, losing Sterling. Yeah, he's an AWP player who we just saw perform for Greyhounds. With him gone, they do lose a lot. It'll be interesting to see how these teams recover with their changes.
The other thing you have to remember is that obviously Ground Zero, they've got a coach. And that is PDG. He's quite an experience. He's an Australasian champion as well. He's had his fair share of games. But you know what? He's actually playing for them in space of Kyoto.
Well, that's brilliant. I mean, that's going to offer them a lot of leadership. He's going to be on their asses, making sure that they don't miss their smokes. He's going to grill them. He's probably been grilling them before tonight. But he's been
grilling them for a long time.
Just like the meat patties at Carl's Jr.
You're making me hungry again. I know we only ate just before the broadcast started, but I kind of fancy I could go for another burger. Might actually head out there if I can before I go home. Either way, we will see the first frag come through from Destiny. Picks up a lovely second headshot onto Blitz as well. The bomb plant has come in for essentially free. Soju very heavily tagged. Lonsdale peeking from mid will fall at the hands of Destiny. He's looking absolutely onto this right now. And we will see final frag comes through. Destiny with the 4K. And it looks like Infrequent has stolen yet another free fries and drinks from Carl's Jr. from us.
That was huge from Destiny. 4 kills. I mean, the lurk was perfect. And that's what he does, because he's so experienced. This guy just knows when to come out of the underpass to be able to come up behind them. The CT player wasn't looking. It's a free kill. And then he plays the game perfectly with the window player trying to peek him. And he is a star player to watch tonight. Players have regarded him as one of the best in OCE.
Yeah,
that's a big thing.
I was going to say, once upon a time, he was definitely regarded as one of the best players in Oceania. At the moment, however, it's looking like Ground Zero. They've taken that early lead. It was 5 players essentially stacked 4 Legacy towards that A site. They were missing essentially just that one person in mid, which was Lonsdale. He was just hanging around. PDG making a little bit of noise towards the B site. He's got the MP5, and obviously that is quite an old school gun. Probably from back when he was a small child.
Yeah, well, it was a game. It was in 1.6. This gun was a crucial element. We didn't have the other SMGs 1.6, and he is a 1.6 player.
That would have been before he could grow a beard, probably. Either way, he's actually going to pick up a nice frag. His first for the game. Good to see that his aim is still on point. The rest of these T-side players pushing their way onto this B site. Infrequent picks up one, drops Lacour, and now it's going to be a little bit awkward. Nikez playing towards Connector, will drop Blitz. Gets a couple of shots off from Stat, but Soju, he'll be looking for something here. Pops off one shot, nice connection, but it does nothing. Destiny comes through with the HE. Calls it Kobe, and Ground Zero take a 2-0 lead. Reminder, that is on the T side, which I suppose we didn't exactly hype up for Tainted Minds, did we?
Well, so far, I really like the way Ground Zero are playing, and you can see already how PDG's leadership is dictating how the team rotates and plays. He's getting information, he's keeping his team in order, structured, in position, and they're playing off his command.
And that is absolutely beautiful, pulling through a nice frag from the Legacy side. LaCour picks up 1 with the HE. It was a double Kobe, and it does see Extinct fall. Blitz is going to play close to Palace. This is where most of these players are looking to push. PDG is going to get that Molotov, but no, he doesn't get it down. Blitz, though, does back away, as I do believe it may have just spread under. Players pushing out. Blitz will fall at the hands of Nikez. Soju sitting behind that site default. Destiny picks up 1 more. He's opted for the MP5. Nikez picks up yet another on LaCour. Checking out Ninja. PD pushing through, getting down to the CT, but Stat will be peeking them from that jungle area. Oh! He does manage to drop Destiny. Lovely work from him. PDG, though, going to push in from CT. Nikez peeks through. He's expecting this close. PDG will pick up Stat. Lonsdale with just the P250. He's going to be flanking through Palace. Though it is unlikely that anyone will really leave this way.
Well, PDG's got to chase down the eco frags because he's probably not going to get any rounds on the buy rounds.
Oh, that's a bit savage. But, you know, I've seen him play before in recent times. His aim, it can be sharp. I'm not going to say too much more than that because I know that something will come back at me. Lonsdale, though, will pick up PD. Nikez will finish Lonsdale off. That's a nice, clean 3K from Nikez.
Now, not discrediting PD. He's in this game because he's a leader. He knows how to organize teams. He knows how to get them playing this game the right way. How they use their teammates, execute smokes, flashes, grenades. How everything links up together. He will bring these guys together, and that's what he's already done with a 3-0 lead against Legacy, a well-structured and ordered team. This is going to be a good game.
So it looks like we've got a tactical pause coming through already. My best guess has actually come from Legacy, knowing that they're coming onto this first rifle round, or could even be from PD as well. I'm not 100% sure who this is from. Either way, we've got the rifles, we've got the AWPs out on both sides. Destiny is going to be the man to pull it out up first.
I wouldn't have thought Destiny would have been the AWPer for this team. But he's going up against Blitz. Blitz is a good AWPer. I'm not too sure if it's his preference.
Now I'm actually questioning, is that...
He's just a talented player. He can do everything really, really well.
I'm confused as to who's even playing right now at the same time. That's just... I don't even know who's playing. I'm trying to figure out, is that... Who knows? Either way, we're going to be seeing a very slow start this round. PD has got his AK out. He's just going to be making a little bit of noise towards that A main site. Blitz has his own AWP. He'll be scoped in. He'll be looking. Shots coming through. A little bit of a connection. Stat does manage to drop Extinct. Nikez comes through, drops Soju. Destiny peeking out. Ooh. He's going to be able to drop Blitz. Lovely work. PDG picks up a kill with the Molotov. Pushing back out, 2 versus 4. LaCour peeks his head up. And Lonsdale left 1v4. He's got the rifle. He is going to back away. He is going to save.
Oh, snap.
No, he's not. Not at all.
Gets cut off by the lurker. Now, that's not what you want to be able to see. They were structured on the A bomb site with a CT defensive setup. They had 3 players on site. They want to be able to shut that down. But immediately, Soju got cut off, the AWP line got taken away, Stat was isolated below Palace. He got a kill, went 1 for 1, but Soju got completely eliminated from the game with a quick head snap by the AK.
Well, either way, it's going to be the Deagles coming out on the side of Legacy. They've opted for 4 Deagles and a single CZ, so those long-range duels here on Mirage will probably be quite useful. We're seeing Destiny just peeking down, looking for something, anything, as that Molotov comes on in. Soju will back away. And keen to see exactly how this will go. 2 players up, well, 1 player up in connector, and that will be Burn. Manages to drop Stat. Blitz picks up the frag onto Burn. Extinct will drop Soju. And it's down to that 4-on-3. Blitz gets his hands on the AK as well, so PDG could be in a world of hurt if he peeks out. He will get tagged up. But no, that's given away Blitz's position. Destiny peeks up high. Destiny, the Deagle comes through. Blitz picks up 1 more. He's got the 2. Lonsdale comes through and drops PD. It's down to the 2v2, but weapons still only in the hands of Blitz. Nick has an Extinct with a lot more HP to work with. Blitz, he's going to get Molotov out. No! It hasn't actually forced him out of position. He can play around it. He will do. He's going to get tapped. Extinct, lovely tap there onto his head. Lonsdale now needs to look for 2 taps of his own. Pick up those 1 Deags and try and make the most of it.
Lonsdale on the lurk. I don't know if Nikez and Extinct are anticipating this play from A main. Oh!
Picks up one. Oh my goodness, he's looking for Nikez, but no! Nikez gets it perfect, and that was a beautiful play from Lonsdale. He just holds on, he knows where both these players are. He peeks into unders, perfect timing there, gets that first frag. The problem was that gave him away to Nikez, and Nikez just slightly better on the timing.
Well, it was nice play as well, how he hesitated on the first player. He was trying to put himself in the best possible position to be able to kill the two players.
So as you think about it, there's not a massive difference between taking 2 AKs through into that next round compared to taking 1 for a ground that's already for a team that's already 5-0 up. So as such, they've got at least a little bit to work with there. LaCour will pick up the first frag onto Burn. Extinct comes through and gets that trade right back in. Stat, he's going to spot the gun through the smoke. Very close to not taking that frag as well, as the flash did come through from, I believe it was Extinct at top mid.
Destiny just a little too keen there. If he had waited for the flash, he might have had a great moment to catch the CT players off.
Soju, though, is going to pick up a frag from under Palace. PDG, he's not going to spam it. He's not going to give away his position just yet. Extinct trying to push through. That Molotov will come in. Will force PDG. He's actually going to push out. Soju pushes up the ladder. And now a 1 versus 4. Spot on from Blitz. And Legacy will pick up their first round in this match.
Legacy back in the game. They still got the AWP, they're building up the economy. T-side players right now, they're questioning, what do we do? How are we going to recover from this? How do we get the momentum back? They've got full utility in AKs. Let's see what they bring.
Yeah, it's you'd like to think that maybe we'll have a close match again. May not be as one-sided in this early, I suppose in the early half of this CT side for Legacy. Burn will push out into mid. And you do wonder who's taken... I assume PDG's obviously taken the calling, but does that now make it a little bit easier for Burn to play, do you think? Because I assume he'd probably be the man calling for them. No? You don't think so?
No, I think right now, Ground Zero, it is a new lineup. PDG right now is basically installing his ideas onto the squad. He's structuring them, teaching them his ideas and concepts. And right now, what he'll be doing is using his information plays, how he reads the game, and having his teammates operate around him. He's not going to be a high priority player making big frags. He's going to be setting his teammates up.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one, but we do now see the bomb go down. It is that 2 versus 3. Keen to see where these frags come from, as Lonsdale will drop Destiny. Can PD get a 4K and take this round for Ground Zero? He's going to fire off the shots, but no, a little bit of miscommunication there from Legacy. PD can get this Molotov down. Oh, no. Unlucky PD. Coach. He's got to peek it, and he's going to get shot at. Oh, so unlucky for him. Oh, what can you do, mate? You can tell them where to line it up, but as soon as you're in that position, it's a little bit unlucky. He just bounces it off the near wall. And
Coach, he studies other teams and players, his own teams and players. Those little elements, he's not fine adjusting them every day. Excuse him.
All right, I'll give him that one. That's fine. But it does mean that Legacy, they've not really got an awful lot of money to work with. They don't need it. They've got everything I suppose they need into this round. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but Ground Zero will... Yeah, no, they've got to get a buy-in as well. We do see the pause come out here, but here is the Carl's Jr. prizes.
Oh, yeah.
Just reminded, if a single player gets an ace, that is all 5 kills in a round. They will give us all free small chips and drink with pretty much anything at Carl's Jr. If we get a flawless victory, a sad 16-0, it's going to be hard to get it this time round from Ground Zero. Obviously, they're giving away those 2 rounds, but you'd get a free cheeseburger. And whilst we'd love to see a knife kill, I'd quite like to see some free small fries in my mouth. Either way, this will be a push out onto the A site. All 5 players right here. Soju is able to drop PD early. Push comes over from the top. Soju, he's going to peek out CT. And we'll be seeing Nikez. He's going to fall. Bomb plant will go through. Soju trying to frag hard here for Legacy. Extinct will peek around. He's looking for something. Blitz has that AWP. Could be close. Shots come through. Teammates trying to hold on for these Ground Zero boys. Extinct, he's got a peek. Oh. Blitz will drop him. Burn and Destiny left in a 2 versus 5. Lonsdale picks up 1. Burn, could he ace it? This could be him. He will miss that first shot. Someone will get on the bomb. And that's going to be... Oh, but Flashy drops LaCour. Peeking through. Could get something. Nothing will come of it. Stat picks up a kill. And Legacy They'll pick up a third round here.
Overall, that's a clean round from Legacy to pull through 4 players. Ground Zero, they still get the bomb plant. Their economy is still reasonable. They're going to be wondering whether or not they go for it, whether they save. Petey, he's on the microphone right now. Hold up, hold up.
Save, save. Couple pistols. Save.
It's alright, just a couple of pistols.
$2,000 lowest, $2,000 lowest.
What did I say?
Either way, they do get a majority armor pistols out. Surprisingly, Burn hasn't opted for the armor behind that Deagle, and I don't know he can sort them out as the push will come through. Sergio picks up 1, 2. Be traded out by Burn. That rifle can go into the hands of him. But now he's got no armor behind it. He may as well pass it off, right? He may as well give it to Petey or Nikez. Shots coming through from Petey. It's a small tag onto Blitz, but it won't be enough. Stat will drop Nikez, and now the push will come through. Petey will kill Burn.
Oh, no!
That was unlucky. Petey comes through. He gets dropped by Stat. Oh my lord.
Petey with the TK. Deagle headshots. Right. Okay. They're a little bit tilted now. PDG's gotta bring them back. Legacy are on a roll though. We said that this game was going to be close. I'm still tipping Legacy to come back to dominate. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, I'm struggling to actually pick a winner out of this. It could be a lot closer than it is, I think. I mean, obviously, I say that as it's 5-4, but my prediction was actually going to be sort of a little bit more favoured toward Legacy at this point. I wasn't expecting it to be 4-5 into this 10th round. PDG, though, he's going to be smoked out of Palace. Smokes, flashes, everything coming over from Ground Zero. This time, Burn has picked up the AWP. And Destiny, with a few shots through the smoke, is not going to find anything. It's a free plant. Pro tip, smokes! Beautiful, Chris. You taught them a thing or two right before they started, mate.
Look, I gave it to them before the game, alright?
But it is a very rare 5-on-5 post plan, which you will not find very often. Molotov comes through. Soju's picked up the first kill. That has pushed PDG back into Palace. The call can come through. Drops Nikez. Looking for some more frags. Pushing will come. Shot comes through. Soju drops Burn. Destiny left. 1 versus 5. Picks up 1. Picks up 2. Looking for the third. He's going to get unlucky. Lacour will finish him off. And Legacy, they bring it back to 5 all. Beautiful work. But here is another Carl's Jr. replay of PDG absolutely annihilating Burn. He pops up, and it's a headshot. How beautiful was that?
Oh, clean. It wasn't his fault, it was his teammates.
Yeah, why did his teammate peek up in front of him as he was shooting, right? Either way, they do get 5 AKs back out this round. The plant does guarantee them that.
Well, we're seeing a distraction with a mid-smoke to lure CT players in that direction, and now they're setting up for a fast A execute. Looks like they're using ace smokes.
Pity though, he's been Molotov'd out. That's going to be 1 less player to push. Also, it may not be the key player pushing out. The frags will come through here. Stat though, falls at the hands of Burn. Blitz picks up 1. PDG's going to come out late, and it's going to cost him. Soju picks up another. Looking for 1 more. Nikez picks that frag back up, down to that 2 versus 3. Bomb has been left back in T-spawn, or around T-stairs. It's going to be a little bit hard to get back onto this site, but Nikez, he has to take a little bit more control. He has to take charge here. He's got a flash. Destiny has a smoke. But Nikez, he's going to spot out Blitz. Blitz will finish him off. Destiny, through the smoke, is going to get tagged up. Lacour probably just waiting for his leg to peek through. Shot comes in, and Legacy will take the lead.
So sharp. That was such a sharp shot from Blitz. I thought Nikez had him, but to be able to make that 1 shot with the AWP direct on the head. Oh, crisp.
Absolutely beautiful.
But look at this, Soju. This is a player I have always liked. He's a great all-round player. He can do anything in the game. He's incredibly intelligent, and we're seeing him really become like a 1-for-1 player into a multi-kill player. We saw him make 2 crucial kills from below Palace last round, and that is what wins rounds and sets up teammates.
Do you want to take him out on a date? You're talking him up, you're just like... Oh, the peek comes in. Lonsdale will get the trade, though. That'll be Burn picking up 1. Nick is getting another. Unlucky there. Lonsdale gets the double. Let's push out onto the B side. It's wide open. Nikez has got his hands on the AWP. Stats dropped PD. Destiny goes down. Now Nikez 1 versus 3. AWP in hand. CT's very aware. The bomb is down on that A site. Nikez has to come through on a flank. And that is just going to be extremely unlucky. It's very likely that he could get at least 1 frag here. Soju is heavily tagged. Lacour, though, will take an entire AWP bullet to finish off. Yes, he does have the Deagle if he needs to switch out to that. Stat, however, is the man that is holding from, I believe, ladder room at the moment. He could be absolutely crucial in this round. He's the only person with that full HP on this CT side. Nikez, whether his scope will be heard is going to be absolutely crucial in this one. But he can try and push up onto the bomb. Nobody exactly holding an angle directly down on it.
He's hoping that a CT player is going to make a mistake. The CT players know that as soon as he gets the bomb, he can reveal his position by trying to plant. As long as they don't reveal themselves to him, they should not lose this round in any way.
You would like to hope not, but obviously it does seem as though maybe he's going to try and save this AWP at the moment. Which is a little bit unlucky for him because after giving himself away so early, maybe he was just hoping he hits an extremely lucky wallbang there through Firebox. Maybe it picks up a frag for him and all of a sudden it's all on between him and these CTs. Either way, Soju may go hunting. He's going to pop off a few shots down through Ticket Booth. He's not going to find anything.
I think this is what's changed with Legacy from last season, is that they're making these intelligent plays and they're making them quicker. They're responding to the game and how it unfolds. They're reading it and responding really, really well. That was smart positioning. And I appreciate that from Legacy. It's a very good play.
Yes, indeed it was. That does mean the AWP as well. It's actually going to stay on Nikez, even though Destiny could have gotten all the utility and armor behind it had he wanted to pick it up. Maybe they're just giving Nikez a chance, but Blitz is going to drop him. AWP versus AWP. A little bit unlucky there. Molotov goes right back up into Palace. They are very much aware that someone does like to look, does like to get that late push, and quite often it's been Soju picking up that player. Stat takes a little bit of damage from a nade, but falling on back. Ground Zero heading back into unders, heading towards that B site. Smoke into mid from Burn. Does it quite a lot faster as well than you know, your regular smoke where you just stop, you stand, you throw, you aim. Pretty easy, but it's good to see that he can get that smoke out nice and quick. Gives them a little bit more to play with over towards short. The only problem is there is that extra smoke as soon as they push through this first one. Stat could be absolutely there to destroy. Will be spotted out, but Burn, lovely flick, drops him. No players over on the A site to really flank on towards that short. LaCour will be forced out by that Molotov, but not enough. Extinct will fall. He's going to back onto site. PDG's got the AWP. What can he do with it? Let's see it go, big boy. He's going to scope out at the wrong time. LaCour picks up 2. Burn left 1 versus 4. Picks up a second frag. He reloads. This'll be it. Blitz will pick him up on the cross. And Legacy will take the half with that.
8-5. That's nice. Legacy doing a really good job right now. They're not giving Ground Zero any opportunities here. I would like to see Ground Zero maybe play a more of a default kind of style T-half, where they split up across the map, maybe waste a little bit of time hoping for an opportunity to get a pick. At the moment, we haven't really seen too much from them. I'm a little bit disappointed from them.
I think Blitz was trying to fire before he turned away, but a little bit unlucky there.
But an aggressive approach on mid, and that's something that's lacking from Ground Zero's game at the moment, is mid control.
Blitz can see through that smoke and will drop Nikez. That's absolutely beautiful. As PDG has pushed his way to lower Tetris, but boost over CT.
A frag and he can sell A, maybe make these B players flinch.
But too many flashes have come out here. Blitz will pick up 1. There'll be Lonsdale getting a frag in return. Destiny will drop him, leaves it as that 2v4. Another frag comes through from Blitz, and now PDG, the man, the myth, the mustache, is going to peek out of the murder hole, and that's why we call it the murder hole, because once you're in it, you're dead. Either way, coming through into the final round of the first half. Could be seeing a 9-6 here. Could possibly see a 10-5 from Legacy. Be interesting to see which way this one goes. Ground Zero do not have much to work with. They've got couple AKs. They will pull out the 5 AKs. Nikez, you going to buy anything, mate? Yep, he'll opt for the AK. No head armor. And they'll come into this one as Legacy. They've still got every possible thing they could want. They've got all their utility, Molotovs, flashes, hand grenades, everything possible. But Ground Zero is going to be absolutely crucial that they pull something back here.
Well, PDG's found this gap, which he utilized last round, and he just didn't make the most of it. So now he might get an opportunity to shoot a CT player in the side of the head, catch them by surprise.
Be absolutely surprised if he does that. He does actually manage to shoot Stat, not specifically in the side of the head. Soju will smoke himself off. Blitz picks up one more kill. Destiny and PD now left. PD picks up one more. Blitz will get that bang. And Destiny, he has to go hunting here. He's got 3 players to find as shots come on through. Soju has backed away. LaCour still at stairs. He spotted the player short, I believe, but not the player right on stairs. Soju could probably pop a couple of shots off. Blitz will finish it off. And Legacy will take this first half 10-5.
From a 5-0 lead to Ground Zero to 10-5 to Legacy, we have seen runs from both of these matches. It is definitely a game of runs. How you carry momentum, how you carry the economy. Legacy are doing an amazing job right now, better than I anticipated.
Mate, you know what it is? They're going to come into this T side. They're going to use your Carl's Jr. pro tip. They're going to smoke off the A site. At some point, it's going to get them a plant, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets them a win.
I wouldn't be surprised either, mate. It's a great play.
Coach Wayfarer, we all bow down to you. Either way, Destiny with the P2000. Everyone's gone for armor on this Ground Zero side. Free B side. It is going to be a retake. Destiny looking to pop some heads, but he's made very little inroads here. Still holding up in-apps. That'll be a nice tag. Lonsdale down to 2. Destiny pops off. Soju will annihilate Bird as he tries to push through. Blitz has actually been boosted up on to a sneaky, and oh, Nikez and Destiny combining. Destiny! He's just headshot machine at the moment. Soju in apps. The bomb has been planted, so he's just got to hold on. He'll drop Destiny. He's waiting for at least one of these players to tap the bomb. Spots PDG, and you do wonder how this is going to go. Extinct will peek up. No, my lord! Soju with the 4K!
Massive. Oh, that was a huge clutch. I can't believe it. How did he pull that one out of it? Where did he have that? His.
Sorry, Soju is.
Yeah, you know what? You said before, would I take him out on that? You know
Yes,
what?
you
I'd
would.
go out with. I'd
Yes,
go
you
for
would.
a few Sojus with this guy. Right.
Oh my lord, that was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
That's all I can say right now, as they wasn't exactly a flawless T-side pistol round. They did lose pretty much everybody, but boy, it was amazing from him. Lonsdale with the MP. That's a 7, I can tell you that much. Not the 5. Will come through. Nade will come down. This could be the end of PDG. No, he will just back away. He'll save on 27 HP. Oh! That's one headshot onto Lonsdale. The tap's coming through from Market. That'll see both Burn and PD dropped. And now a 3 versus 4. Bomb plant can come through. Molotov is going to burn Nikez ever so slightly. LaCour will drop Destiny. And Nikez and Extinct have to pull something out of the bag. LaCour picks up 1. Nikez now in the 1 versus 4. He's going to have a little bit of a struggle. Push could come through. He's going to look for it. The bomb hasn't been planted. He'll drop Stat, but Blitz with the MAC-10 pushes in. And that was absolutely beautiful. We're going to have a quick look at that pistol, though. Soju, he holds up. Couple taps, drops Destiny. Peeks back out. Spots PDG, spots them both. He pulls them both away from the bomb. He annihilates PD and Extinct. He just had no idea what was happening there. And Ground Zero, a little bit of a shame for them. They're now 7 rounds behind from being 5 ahead.
Well, here we have PDG anchored on the B side on a save round. He's probably going to peek and try and get information, communicate with his teammates where they should be positioned. But Stats just going full bore out onto the A side. He's dominating. The bomb's going to be quickly rotating through T-spawn, and this looks like an easy round for Legacy.
It could be, but Burn, he's got a pistol. PDG's got a P250. I'd be keen to see maybe PDG gets an ace here. Sorry, is that a bit of an... That's probably a bit of an overage.
How many Sojus have you had? Far out.
Oh, there's only one Soju I want, mate. And he's currently just fragging for Legacy. Either way, coming back from that, we will see Ground Zero pull out a buy. Interesting to see PDG. He uses the A1. Relies a lot on the accuracy, I suppose. We will be seeing the M4s out for the rest of the players. Burn will pull out that AWP, will play it in mid. Could be up against Blitz. It does seem as though that will be it. Stat, though, will drop Extinct. Still that MAC-10 playing in mid. Lonsdale looking for something. Destiny's managed to drop LaCour. And now frags coming through. Stat drops Destiny. And we will be back down already into that 4-on-3, barely 20 seconds into this round. Petey, he drops Lonsdale. He's going to keep looking. Nickers peeking over the top of Ticket. He'll spot Stat. That's one. The bomb will be planted. No, it won't. Soju, he backs away. He's only got the Galil. And now Petey picks up Blitz. And into that 2 versus 1. Soju, he's upgraded himself to the AK. But my goodness, Petey, the man, the mustache, it picks up a couple of frags. And all of a sudden, ground zero. They're looking like they're getting back into this. Soju, he will be peeking around. Nickez just holding back at Ticket Booth. Be keen to see who gets this frag, and it will be Nickez. Ground zero will pick up their first round in the last 14.
I didn't. Yeah, that was a good round from ground zero. I mean, this is just what they need. There's still, economy is not that strong. But getting back into this game, it's a momentum builder. It's a confidence builder.
I suppose the key on that building confidence as well is that that confidence has to be, I suppose, turned into skill. That's one of the hardest things to do, no matter what game you're playing, is turning that extreme confidence you have into the skill that you need. As Burn is going to get burnt out a little bit. We'll be able to recover it with the smoke. Nade comes through. There's quite a bit of damage to Blitz, but he's not too concerned. He's just going to hold in there and wait on for something to occur around those B apartments. Players backing out already. It's almost as if... I'm actually slightly confused. Nobody's splitting mid either. There's no attempted aggression on unders.
Well, it looks like they didn't get the information that they wanted on the B halls, and they're rotating to go with a execute. Could we see A smokes once again?
Could this be Wayfarers? Coach Wayfarers, A smokes? It could be. Either way.
Look, this A smokes is an executed play used by all players in the pro scene. Competitive and in matchmaking.
Okay, you're pushing a bit far with matchmaking at some levels, mate. Either way, we will be seeing Legacy Smokes. We'll come over. We'll be burned with the AWP, holding back from Ticket. Smokes down, Extinct. Gonna try and push through here. You'll have heard a lot of these nades landing, but just a couple of taps. He's picked up one, looking for two. He drops Lacour as well. Stat will get a trade back, but it's not going to be Extinct going down. Still looking for a little bit more. Stat will peek through. He's looking. The bomb's been dropped in that jungle smoke. And now it's visible. Lonsdale wants to put this over towards Ticket Booth, but he's struggling to find the time, find the space. Extinct drops one more. Extinct looking to go hard. Blitz will drop Nickez. Extinct is on for an ace here, and you know what that means, Chris. Extinct falls. Great! Every time we try and hype it up, PDG has to clutch it. He's gonna tap away. He doesn't pick a single target. He gets dropped by Lonsdale, and Legacy up to 14.
14-6 to Legacy. This is a lot bigger lead than I anticipated. The T half is just as strong as the CT half. We're seeing some big plays. Blitz has still got the AWP. Stats on the MP5. Oh, the SMGs. Hey, you're tongue twisting me now.
The UMP.
The UMP.
This is a problem. You've got the UMP and it has the MP in it, and then it goes to a 45. And then you've got, you know, your MPs. Soon enough, they're going to have MP3s. And it'll literally just be people blasting music. Wiki, wiki, what?
I was thinking of getting rickrolled.
That would be absolutely beautiful, but as we see it, that pause will finish. PDG is going to be looking for any grains of wisdom from the back of his mustache. He'll be trying to pull anything out that he possibly can. It will just be Deagles, pistols, 5.7s, P250s, and CZs. Anything that they can make the most of. Stat, he obviously understands this. The economy is not the best for Legacy in that regard, but the UMP could absolutely rip through these players as long as there's no amazing Juan Deegs. Either way, Soju will save the life of Lacour rather perfectly there. Will be Soju dropping Extinct. Still just going to hold that angle, expecting possibly more players to push. Destiny makes a little bit of noise, but not too much to concern these players. PG actually holding quite a cheeky angle. It's not one that's checked very often as you attempt to push out onto site. It's also not one that's very easily visible. That nade will come down and burn with the Deeg. Absolutely annihilates Lonsdale. Blitz with the AWP from Palace though. He's got that confidence. He peeks it dry and annihilates Burn. Stat's going to fall to the hands of Nickez. The push can now come out onto this A site from Legacy. Couple smokes will come down. Bomb plant will go in at triple stack. Destiny, oh my lord! Soju, he picks up one. He's got to look for a couple more. Shots coming on through, and Destiny.
Huge.
My lord, this man, he comes big, and he does not go home. Ground Zero will pick up a 7th round, bringing this deficit back into a 7. But my goodness, Legacy, they're still just so close.
Well, we're going to have to see a huge comeback from Ground Zero to be able to, win this match. Can they do it? I'm not too sure. Have we seen enough from them? These rounds, they're pretty close. So, I don't know. What's your thoughts? Do you think Ground Zero can come back from this?
Honestly, no. I know that they've got the wisdom of PDG.
If they are to come back, who's the player to lead the way?
I think it's actually going to have to be Burn. In all honesty, on that AWP, it's Blitz that's doing a lot of damage for Legacy as well. It's Blitz and Soju doing quite a bit. And the problem there is that Blitz is not getting out AWPs, or he's not getting killed early enough. He picks up 1 or 2 in the round, and all of a sudden, it's just not working. So if Burn is going to be on the AWP for Ground Zero, he's going to be absolutely crucial to this comeback for them. And I think they're doing well with what they're doing with PD, trying to get him playing sort of a lurk role on the CT side as well, looking for, I suppose, just anything he can find. And this, we've seen this before. Please tell me this is going to be what I think it's going to be. It is. We're going to see a running boost into mid, but sadly I don't think there's anyone for him to pick.
No, not at all. Well, that's their play. They basically do that to offset the AWPer that might be in the window, to catch them off guard.
He shoots low, you're high. That's essentially it, and you maybe just catch him on your landing.
If he's scoped in on the line, he's looking low, and he's not going to see you at all.
If he hits the flick, he's a godlike AWPer, pretty much.
That's
what
right.
he's saying. Either way, we'll see the smokes come out. Does block off most routes through A. Does mean that there's something to work with. LaCour, he's actually been boosted up, and this isn't a bad place to play. It's not somewhere that you expect him to instantly push through window. But this is almost a T-side lurk roll. I've never actually really seen it before. PDG though, he's got the Mag 7, he's got the Swag 7. Push comes out, 1 for him. Picks up stat. Soju, he's going to come out as well, is he? Come on, PD. Nope. It'll be Burn, leading with the AWP. Picks up 2 for the round, and instantly picks up 3.
The game sense
You want
to
the
check
comeback?
behind him.
This is the man.
You're right. Burn's leading the way right now, and that's a massive advantage that they need.
Yeah, I suppose anything that PD can bring as well. He's not a bad player, but as a coach, he needs to get himself, I suppose, reaccustomed to playing every once in a while. And you'd say that Ground Zero are almost, I'm not going to say disadvantaged by it, but when you've got pro players that do only play, that you'd usually have in this position.
Well, whatever Ground Zero do tonight, we know that they can do better without PDG, with one of their core players on the team.
Imagine him just in that coaching role as well, giving that oversight and that overview. Maybe we will see some upsets from Ground Zero, but at this point, it's going to take quite a lot to pull that out. There has been a couple of nice early eco frags. We have seen Destiny pick up 1, Burn pick up the other. Burn's going to double up his kill count for this round, as LaCour and Blitz look to make a bit of noise. LaCour caught out, head ripped off by Extinct, and Blitz peaks low, easy enough, 14-9.
But that's 3 in a row from Ground Zero now. They're on a run. Oh.
Is that 3 or 4? 4.
Oh, you got me now.
Hey, it's 9. It's what, like 9:45, something like that. Maths isn't easy at night. It's a lot easier to do math in the morning. Either way, we're gonna have a pretty decent buy for Legacy. You're gonna have the 5 AKs. I don't want to say it's a slightly better buy than Ground Zero's for the simple fact that PD, at close range with that Mag 7, he could actually rip everybody's heads off. Destiny, though, with the double AWP setup, will pick up 1, but Soju catches Burn through the smoke, catches Destiny, that's both AWPers down. Extinct manages to drop LaCour. PDG has to rotate through with his Mag 7, but he's going to be at range. He's got a lot less impact with that. Molotovs come through, Soju will drop to Extinct on the edge of that smoke. Lonsdale and Blitz, 2 versus 3. PDG has picked up that AWP, the one-shot wonder will be able to put this over. Lonsdale will have seen that flash come, and Blitz, he's on that long flank. Shots from Extinct will pick up Lonsdale, and now Blitz. Is there anybody on that bomb? They are checking very careful. It is, though. Is it? No, he will fall at the hands of Nikez. Unlucky. That just wasn't the right placement for that expected flank.
Overthought the round. Well, now that's 4 in a row for Ground Zero. Woo!
It is. It is. I can't do maths. It's fine. Whatever. We've got that pause.
Yeah, I can't believe you put that on me. That's a huge play from Ground Zero to get to this position where the game is going in their favour.
Just... either way, it does actually force Legacy down onto an eco. The pause...
And a tactical pause will be to be able to decide what they've got to do to be able to get the game back into their favour. It is very difficult when the defense is really strong on the CT side on Mirage. It very much is a CT-sided map. Overcoming that and being able to just bounce back when you've been suffering these defeats, it's challenging on you mentally. What do you think they need to be able to do? Other than an A execute that Wayfarer suggested.
Other than A execute that Wayfarer suggested, are you going to suggest as a B execute maybe? So a few smokes over onto B. It's not very often you'll see them come over in quite a few games. You'll see maybe 1 or 2 smokes, but you don't see a full execute onto the B site quite often. Either way, it's going to be 4 players into mid, making a lot of noise. LaCour picks up 1. That'll be Burn falling down. That's 1 up drop. Destiny will pick up Lonsdale though. Blitz. He's going to push these smokes on short. If he finds Nikez, this B site's wide open. But Nikez, he's playing on the boost box. It's not often that this gets checked, but when you are just on a wide angle...
Oh, did he not see him? No, 16 by 9, 4 by 3.
Oh, he can't knife him though, because he's up too high, isn't he? Oh!
No!
No, can he get... No, he can't even get the gun! Oh! Oh, so unlucky, but Blitz... Oh, he'll drop PD as well! Extinct and Destiny! The bomb plant can come through. Destiny with the AWP. He's got to decide what to do here. But my goodness, this... I don't know where this is going. Legacy, they could pick up a 15th round here on an Australian anti-eco.
Mid. That free kill connector, the pathway up B, nobody watching it. Blitz managed to take advantage of that. He got 2 great kills.
And that's it. They can't do anything. They can just look for exit frags, and Soju's got to make some noise. He fakes the drop for Destiny, gets him to peek. He knows he's there. Soju's just trying to play around with him. They've got nothing to lose, these boys. If Stat and LaCour survive, sweet. That'll be Extinct going. It's a free gun for Soju. Can they find one from Destiny as well? It's unlikely. But my goodness, Legacy have turned this one around. Shot comes through. Blitz. He's looking. He's looking. Absolutely beautiful.
Look at this.
So unlucky though. Blitz, he just... You feel so bad for Nikez as well. He's obviously...
But this...
I don't know. Either way, Ground Zero, they've got to pull something out here. PDG back onto that Mag Swag 7. Do see the 2 M4s, the 2 AWPs. Up against, surprisingly, a double AWP on the T side as well.
Well, double AWP on the T side. That's quite... be interesting how they use this. But we saw how a fast mid-round actually won them around with pistols. You'd think they would make the most of that and try and replicate it to close out the game. But they're on match point at the moment. They've got a double AWP. They're going to be very hard to stop.
I suppose the problem is knowing that Ground Zero did win 4 in a row, as you so correctly did say earlier. They'd won the 4 in a row, that maybe it is knowing that they're going to have the money this time. I mean, you got pistols, you got nothing to lose. You've got a double AWP set up as well as rifles. That's something to lose, and I'm not going to say it makes your balls shrink, but it does drop that confidence maybe just a little bit, knowing that you've got something to lose. Either way.
Well, it looks like we're setting up for a B split. They are making use of the information that they learned from the previous round. They're going to try and replicate that by coming up short.
Be keen to see how it works. Nikez got to peek into connector. He's going to get the frag onto Lonsdale. He takes a lot of damage. No, Destiny gets that one. PDG drops Soju. And my goodness, PD with another. Stat drops 1, Stat drops 2. Stat has to go big here. Blitz holding for this. Stat goes for 3. He's looking for 4 and 5, but he's going to tap the bomb. No, he's going to peek out. He's got 4. Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Is he going to? No, Blitz will finish it off.
Blitz.
Oh my lord, that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And we still don't get any free food.
No. But we saw some impressive plays from Legacy. Individuals stepping up, changing the game. We saw how Soju managed to win that 1v3 clutch on the pistol round. We saw how Stat just managed to turn around a situation which looked like was a dire situation that they could not possibly win. All on that, and PDG got 2 wicked shotgun kills. Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. It went the way I expected with the Legacy win. Ground Zero got a lot closer than, well, I suppose once I saw PDG in the game than I thought they would. But that also tells me that Ground Zero, when they get that full squad back in, they are going to have a lot to work with.
They're going to improve from here. They're going to be a great squad. They've got great leadership. PDG.
Petership.
They've got great leadership. He's going to be able to coach them, and they're going to come along from this game. They're going to learn a lot.
Either way, that was an absolutely stunning match. We do see Legacy take out their first game of the season, but I want to hear about your opinion. How are you doing back over there, Dallas?
Oh, thank you very much for that, Nutters. And I mean, a bit of Petership. If they had just that little bit more, you know, what do you reckon? Ground Zero, would they have been away?
Oh, a bit more Petership and they're laughing, that's for sure. But no, that was a nutty game, to be honest. That was back and forth with some really big individual plays. I thoroughly enjoyed that game.
Yeah, so Ground Zero obviously had a pretty strong start there, but that tactical pause, something obviously changed for the side of Legacy there after that pause came through.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think they were down 5-0 when they took a tac pause. Their leader Lonsdale obviously decided what they were doing wasn't working, so they decided to change it up a bit, and it really paid dividends for them. They won 13 rounds in a row after taking a tactical timeout, so congrats to them for that.
Yeah, you really got to give credit where it's due there to Legacy, looking very strong coming into season number 2, picking themselves up their first game over Ground Zero, winning 16-10. But we will be right back after a short message from our sponsors. We'll see you back here.
Your brain wants it. Your mouth wants it. These meals aren't out of your league. And how's this for a happy ending?
That's a huge match. He's gonna do something big. Letting his way up. And there we go again.
Your brain wants it. Your mouth wants it. These meals aren't out of your league. And how's this for a happy ending? Grab the big league deal from $9.90, only at Carl's Jr.
Flavor, beats that move you.
brain wants it. Your mouth wants it. These meals aren't out of your league. And how's this for a happy ending? Grab the big league deal from $9.90, only at Carl's Jr.
That's a huge match. He's gonna do something big, letting his way out. And there we go again.
Welcome back to the CSGO ANZ Invitational, here live at the LPL headquarters in Auckland. It's a pleasure to have you all coming back to watch our third match. It's going to be Breakaway taking on Chiefs. Tom, what do you think about this one?
I'm excited to see how Breakaway can do on this one. Being the Kiwi organisation, I'm obviously going to be cheering for those blokes, but it'll just be interesting to see how they can come out of the blocks and how well they can play. They're coming up against a team with Chiefs who I think are going to show them not much respect and are really going to go at them. So it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, so Breakaway obviously a very new face on the block, but the Chiefs have been around for a very long time, very established organisation across a range of games. And obviously they've got a few familiar faces on there as well. Really excited to see obviously Iron, our man last season from Corvidae. New roster this time. Do you think he's going to be stepping in his stride here?
Yeah, well, last season Iron, I think he was most definitely the MVP of his team, but I think maybe he was not trying to be rude or anything, but he was let down at times by his teammates, I think, in the last season. With the team he's in now, his players are at a higher level, and I really think he can shine with a team like this.
Yeah, and a few veteran players there as well, you know, such as Moe. We saw Moe last season. Didn't, as we sort of talked about before this, didn't have a lot of room to sort of showcase his skill, you know, with the team he had last season, finishing towards the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
You think with Chiefs this time he's going to have a lot more room to shine?
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. I think he's in the same case as Iron. Both of them, they played for the teams that they weren't really at their peak last season. I think Chiefs can definitely come into this and really play an A game and really show their front foot.
And I guess we've also got a couple of the old faces we saw play for Darksided last season, and Noisia and Andy there for the side of Breakaway. And, you know, a few new faces as well. Anything you sort of want to touch on there for Breakaway?
I think these boys really just have to go into this game and just really show no fear. Like, they don't really have too much pressure on their shoulders. They're with a new organisation. They're a new team, well, a new core five. So I think they just really need to go out and play their A game and show everyone what they can do.
So confidence obviously going to be key for Breakaway coming into this one.
Most
definitely. Going to need to set themselves up for a strong tournament. But we did catch up with Matt Walsh, the CEO of the Breakers, and now Breakaway Esports, to see what he has to say and why sports teams are getting interested in esports.
I think if you follow any kind of sports media or media in general, you can feel the impact that esports is having on the world. You know, it's been a huge disruption, really, in the sports world for the last 2 years. And when you see the numbers that come out in Sports Business Journal, it's just going to continue to grow. So for us, it's, you know, two-part. One, business-wise, it's an area where you have to be. If you're a sports owner and you're interested in making money in the future, I think you want to be involved in esports. And then secondly, it's a unique opportunity for us to reach a totally different audience. So I think we offer a number of things that, you know, that regular Joe Blow starting an esports team can't. And that's one, we know how to build a culture of winning and professionalism and accountability so that, you know, everyone who comes through our esports program that we're starting, you're going to be held accountable for your nutrition, your fitness. We're going to teach you those things. We're going to teach you about having balance in your life. You know, we preach that if you want to get time in the dojo, you got to put time in the gym. I know that we want to be involved with the heavy hitters. You know, we want to be, we have a CSGO team, and we're getting in an Overwatch Contenders League, and obviously 2K because we're the Breakers. So every league and every team and every individual esport that we play in and every game that we participate in, we want to win. There's a unique opportunity in this part of the world in that, you know, if we do things the right way and we build out and we keep building from the ground up with our academy and giving our players the most resources that we can, that I think we can put some really competitive teams out there on a local stage and then a national stage and then an international stage.
I absolutely love it. The bridge between, you know, traditional sports and esports coming together, teaching those values, you know, especially a team like the Breakers, you know, because they've obviously got a lot of experience in, you know, doing well in basketball, and to be able to teach those values to kids, I think is absolutely amazing. We've got our 2 casters standing by. Boys, what do you think about that?
I think it's amazing to see other teams, you know, professional sports teams getting involved. We've even seen the Adelaide Crows with Legacy. It's a massive thing. And I suppose the biggest thing, though, right now is those boys have to come out and perform against Chiefs. Dallas, what do you think? How do you think this is going to go? Breakaway or Chiefs, mate?
Well, you've asked me a question there which I think that you know the answer to. I haven't really seen much coming out of Breakaway just yet. They could be an absolute surprise to me, but I'm going to have to go with Chiefs on this one. I'm going to throw this one over to Tom. Tom, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to agree. My heart's telling me Breakaway, but my head's going to have to go with Chiefs on this one.
I'm 2 from 2 tonight. I just want to put that out there, boys. And I am so amped about Breakaway and like the connection with sports stars in the squad, but I'm going with Chiefs tonight.
Look, this is one that can go both ways, just like Dallas, but we'll get into this match pretty soon. It is also going to be on Mirage. This will be, I suppose, yet again, it's the Oceanic staple map. Everyone can play Mirage. Everyone wants to play Mirage. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot more of it during this season. Whilst we maybe don't want to, we'll still see it. But Chiefs, they've got essentially a brand new roster as well. Breakaway, a slightly older roster, but maybe not as experienced, or I wouldn't say maybe not as experienced, but maybe not as well formed together.
No, they've got a lot of young talent in the Breakaway squad, and they are going places, and they did really well in a few of these players did really well in the last season of LPL. Ian was one of the star players in Corvidae, and we really talked him up last season, and he was a star player, one of the MVPs. I'd say one of the top five players in the league, and we see him on Chiefs.
Everyone loves Iron. You can't not love Iron.
Nah,
it's absolutely amazing. And the one thing, you got to get enough iron in your diet as well. Either way, I think we're almost ready to get on into this game. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm going to have to be that guy. I'm going to have to say, just because you think Chiefs will take it, I'll be that cheeky. I'll be the villain. Breakaway 16-0.
Oh, what? Okay, alrighty then. And here we go, live into the match with the CT players setting up with one below Palace and one in CT spawn. Looks like they're anticipating a default sort of CT setup here, playing information on A main.
Surprisingly not entirely right either. I mean, you know, you've got those 2 players over towards A. It looks like a split down unders and through connector, but Gyra, his first game with Breakaway, and his first fight he's going to lose against Iron, the men we hype up ever so much. Noisia will drop Iron though, and he picks up 1. Flicks gets that trade back. Texter peeks through, drops 1, picks 2. That's Hazard and Llamas. He's going to pick up 1. He's switched out to that USP. He'll be looking for whatever he can get, but if he peeks out here, no, he's got the angle. Lovely tap, and Chiefs, they take it 1-0. My prediction has already been blown out of the water, mate.
Well, that was a good... I thought Breakaway did a lot there, but there was a mistake made in the jungle where they just let the player come through vent. Texter managed to make 2 frags with the USP, and that changed the round. That took away their advantage.
At no point there, you've got that fast fire rate of the Glock. That should be able to easily clean up your murder hole. That's one of the key things. It's a little bit unlucky. As soon as that head pops through, that should be 1-2. Worst case scenario, it's 2 bullets, maybe 1 to the chest, 1 to the head. But altogether, that should have been all over a lot faster. Nade'll come up towards top mid. The Breakaway boys have forced in here Deagles and a CZ. That flick, and Hazard will drop Texter. That's actually 2 of the young guns on each other, I believe. Hazard's only 16 or 17 himself. Texter only 17 recently as well. Quite nice to sort of see these young boys just going hard. Flicks is going to peek out. He's been spotted. Gyro will pop off a couple shots. Noisa's going to be looking to try and pop the frag just as he did before. But no, Flicks is going to go unders. That'll give it away. Gyro's going to push out. He's going to still try and frag it unders. Infrequent picks up 1. Noise just dropped Infrequent at that same time. And now Breakaway, they've got the advantage. Maybe not weapons. Iron will drop Llamas down to that 3-on-2. Moe's going to push out of jungle. Good to see that Moe's in that Moe fans group. Good to see he's got his own fans, even if it's just himself. But Iron and Moe, they'll be on that retake. There is a kit on Moe. Molotov goes over, does force that player out of sandwich, but no, there's nobody there. It doesn't matter for Breakaway. Iron, he's going to push around triple. He could get behind... no! Turns the wrong way, and Hazard will hit the 1D. Moe picks up 1, pushing through Noisia and Gyra, 2 of the more experienced players on this team. Gyra's going to fall. Noisia. Moe, he taps the bomb. Noisia's got to peek this. No, he knows that Moe's not done it. If the shot's coming through, that just gives it away. Moe's going to look for whatever he can get, but Noisia finishes him off. Breakaway survive with just Noisia alive and bring it back to 1-1 yet again. No free cheeseburgers tonight, sorry people.
No free cheeseburgers tonight. But we've got 5 more weeks, 6 more weeks of the grand final to go. There's a possibility that it could happen.
I feel like this is the game that will get an ace in as well. Out of all the games...
we've come close. I mean, there's been a few 4Ks. And then a teammate comes in and is like, nah, Bolt, get out of here.
Yeah, that's the problem having all these teammates in these team games, you know? It's quite disappointing. Yeah, it's almost as if they want to use teamwork as well. Like, I don't know, it's a foreign concept to me, but that might be why people call me toxic. Either way, Mo's going to be playing on short, Texter in connector. These two boys could get quite a good crossfire going on if they have to. There is Iron, I do believe, at top connector, but smoke will come up. Texter could have a free frag here if they're not careful. Don't check the corners. Gyro, no, he's checking everything. Ooh. But no, Texter still picks up the frag. But no, he's watching. He doesn't want him to get this gun, but he looks away. Moe! Oh, lovely work. He'll drop him, but no, Texter, he's got his hands on something. No, he hasn't. He's actually fallen back. Iron picks up one. Hazard will trade him out immediately. Texter looking through. It's a good chance that Hazard could be our first ace. Please do it for us. I want some food. Infrequent, he does have that scout. We know he's the AWP player for this Chiefs team, so maybe a little bit of damage done here would be quite useful. Peeks out, it is 3v3. Flix picks up one. Texter will fall at the hands of Hazard. There's one more. Noisia will spot him. Hazard will fall at the hands of Flix, and we're back again. Is this just going to be back and forth, back and forth? Noisia picks up one more. He spots Flix, but the AK, then the Galil going at it. Noisia will win it out, and Breakaway will take a second round. A little bit of BM there. Noisia just holding on at the final second, and this possibly should see an eco now out of Chiefs.
We've seen some close rounds. It's been tight, and that's a great clutch from Noisia to be able to win that round and keep the lead for Breakaway, and they need to be able to get as many rounds as possible on this T-side half to be able to win. It's going to set them up for the second half, which we've been talking about. The CT side on Mirage is usually the dominant side.
Yes, it should be. Usually it is at the pro level, but then this is where you can see a divide in quality of teams when that CT side doesn't entirely play out for them. I'm not saying it's not playing out for them yet. It's been 3 rounds. You can't judge anything until you actually get those rifles, you get those AWPs, and you really see those two boys go up against each other.
Oh, he's got the Zeus. Oh.
He's well known for this, isn't he, Moe?
Yeah, well, it gives you a great boost in economy. It's got more range than a knife, and if you get it on point, it's a one-shot kill.
I don't think it applies either, though, for a Carl's Jr. bonus.
No.
It's just a little bit disappointing.
No.
To be fair, it's actually easier to get a Zeus kill than it is a knife kill anyway, even if it is just someone accidentally walking in front of you. Yeah. So I'm happy to give it that one. It doesn't maybe deserve... Maybe it should be just a drink, you know. Carl's Jr., just have a chat, you know. we'll get back in touch with you. Give those Zeus kills... Because Moe, I'm sure he'll go for them if he knows that he can get a drink when he comes over here. Give him a little bonus if they get into the finals or something. Either way, it is looking like a simple A execute coming out from Breakaway. Smokes will come over, but it's a stack from Chiefs. And this could be absolute mayhem. Moe, he's holding in this corner. Oh! He gets nothing. Noisia picks up a double to start us off. I feel so bad for him as well. It was perfect timing. Llamas will get one. Looking for a second. Infrequent gets a single frag in return. And Texter holding tight at Firebox. We only see that single player fall. It is Llamas. We do pick up that weapon. And Breakaway, they take it out to 3-1. Weapons will come out on the side of Chiefs, but they won't be seeing that AWP out on Infrequent just yet.
It's a clean round from Breakaway. They didn't drop many AKs or you know, they didn't drop the rifles. It's good to see them with the A execute. Standard, basic principle. Yeah, it's good to see. And see where they can go on a full buy against the rifles on CT.
Yeah, so I suppose looking at this squad, you'd assume that for Chiefs, Moe's probably making the shots for them, as he quite often has for a lot of his teams. He'll probably be in there calling the shots. There's a chance that maybe Flix could be doing a little bit of second calling there as Hazard, oh my lord, picks up both Texter and Iron. And then just slows down again. That's quite nice. I can have a little bit of a chat again.
Well, they got full mid control at the moment, which is it's great to have against the CT team. And the CT players right now are praying for information. Hazard's got a 3K already. He could be going for the ace.
Please do. Get this ace. You can do this, Hazard. Absolute young gun. As the push will come up short. Llamas will drop Infrequent. Flix now left 1 versus 5 on this rifle round. Assuming that Palace is empty, he may go in there for a save, but Noisia, he's lurking hard, and boy, does he enjoy that.
Well, you know what? I think you could be right with Breakaway. They've really showed some brilliance here. Hez is actually playing out of his mind. He's been impressive with the Deagle, and now he's just showing up on the buy round with the AK. He's making plays. He's leading the way. He's got B short, and he took full control of it without losing any of his teammates. That's awesome to see. I didn't expect that.
I suppose you'd say that in the... Oh, the flick from Andy. Beautiful way to finish off the round. But I suppose I have to say, you'd say that the Tainted Minds and Greyhound game, that was a game of strategy. You know, they've got Tainted Minds have got the coach Ferg, you know, Dexter is the IGL for Greyhound. There's a lot of calls to come through there. And I think, you know, both those teams, it's very tactical based. In this game, even though, I believe Gyro, this is his first game for Breakaway, obviously, I believe he may have even taken over the IGL role on arrival. So, it does have me questioning how much of this game is going to be pure aim for these two teams, compared to the previous two games where we've probably had a little bit more strategy coming through from the fact that those teams have had their coaches in, as well as sort of, well, I suppose obviously the coaches, I say PDG was playing for Ground Zero, but I do suppose maybe it is just going to be slightly more aim heavy over here. Either way, Gyro's going to get quite heavily tagged there. Flash will go up into the ladder room. Ezra and Lammers will peek it, will clear it out, there is nobody in there. Though Gyro, he catches Iron on that hard flank, hard push, but now that kind of gives it away. They can only go towards one site, right? Already up unders, Texter will drop Lammers. We will see Moe, he falls at the hands of Gyro. Texter looking for a little bit more. He's basically a young prodigy here as Hazza drops in frequent, leaves Flix and Texter to do a bit of work together. Andy picks up one. Flix will be looking for whatever he can get. Were Flix and Texter on the original Darksided roster together?
The original Darksided.
Well, I suppose when Texter came onto it.
The original Darksided roster, yes. They
were.
And they were also partnered with Dick Stacey from Greyhounds.
Yeah. It's weird to see where these all of these boys have gone quite successful, to be fair.
Well, they actually came through the pub system, like pugging and whatnot. They got together and people never really rated them, and they put their ideas together and they just destroyed everybody.
It was quite a nice... they were quite a good team in their day as well.
No, they really were.
I have to remember they also had Badger, who came in and played for Greyhound in the grand final last season.
Yeah, that's
so,
right.
You know, it's just good to see where all these players get to, and have kept going. Interesting to see from Chiefs, though, this next buy does come out with a double up setup. We're still yet to see it pulled out on the side of Breakaway, and I mean, essentially that's what Gyro's there for, isn't it? He's there to be on that ult, but I suppose if they don't need it, and he can save the money... Oh, but infrequent, he's going to get cheeky, gets into Con. Molotov comes down, just going to force him back, puts down the smoke, tries to peek over the top. This could be the end rather quickly of Noisia, but no. He understands that Chiefs, with that loss bonus, as well as a combination of frags that they have picked up, this could be easy, but Iron, he's picked up one, he's picked up two, that's Hazza and Lammers, both dropped. Noisia's coming through mid, Iron picks up another one, Flix drops Gyro, and now Noisia, he'll drop Iron. Infrequent's going to peek it, but no. Noisia just gives him the shoulder, drops Infrequent beautifully. Peeking up now, Moe though should finish him off, indeed he will. Chiefs pick up their second round. And you'd have to say, so far this does seem quite aim heavy.
I do like the tactics from Breakaway. I like what they're bringing. They're getting their smoke sub and putting a lot of pressure on the CTs. For instance, Infrequent wasn't able to rotate from connector on mid to support the players on the A site. He pushed through the smoke on connector to hit the stairs, but there was a molly there as well. I like that. I like what Breakaway are doing. They're bringing more than I expected, and that is so unlucky. Everybody recovers. That's unfortunate for Infrequent. He did have an opportunity there to catch Andy out.
Maybe he knew, knowing that he'd legged Andy, he thought if I get a quick peek in here, it'll be all over for him. But Andy just holds the upper hand. Infrequent trying to get himself back up onto the top, I suppose, top of the stairs in connector. And he just loses out. It does give Breakaway that one-man advantage, but quite a HP deficit on Andy. And again, as the Ort man, you kind of want him... it doesn't really matter his health, it's a one-shot, one kill. Well, unless they all line up, then it could be one shot, 5 kills, ace, just saying. Either way, it doesn't matter too much. Molotov's into mid from this Breakaway side. Iron still holding in ladder, and the vent hasn't been broken, but Gyro, he pushes in, absolutely annihilates him. Texter will just push in. We'll be aware that vent has broken very close to him. Moe's dropped Andy over in the B apartments. And now a 3 versus 4. Bomb still sitting in mid. Flix has gotten a little bit too aggressive, overstepped the mark, and Noisia has finished him off. That's one thing I like about Noisia. He secures his lurking kills.
He's a very big player. He had some really impressive rounds last season of LPL, and he's definitely a player to watch going forward. I would say he's probably, in my eyes, when I look at the Breakaway squad, he is the most outstanding player. He's the player that has left a mark on me and left an impression. I think he is definitely a player that's going to lead the way for Breakaway going forward and up against more intelligent, more experienced, structured teams.
I was going to say, Noisia left a mark on me, but that was at LAN, so I don't think that really counts. Either way, Gyro should pick up this frag. Oh! Moe! My lord! That was absolutely beautiful. Oh, did he? No, he didn't. Never mind. I thought he actually tagged Noisia to half there, but no, it's fine. Noisia has the AWP as well. Moe, he may just be able to save this. I do believe he will. Just holding in tight. But yeah, Noisia, he is the core of this team. If there's one player that's been around and actually formed teams around him that have been pretty successful, I'm not going to say... The problem is you're trying to say successful. They've never exactly made top 4. Well, they've edged on the top 4. They've sit in that 4th spot a few times in this scene. But the problem is they don't go too much further. And that's quite... Alright, that's quite annoying in that sense. The smoke doesn't come over, so instead Texas just gets ever so slightly burnt. Andy expecting a possible push straight down A main. The T's barely even left spawn, and this could actually cost them, as Tex has managed to push his way up short. Flix and Moe with that AWP, both on that A site. We do see that you've got Infrequent for a little bit of assistance down in connector, and the single player, obviously Iron, up over on the T apartments. This push could come through. This could be easy frags for Moe, but the smokes will be up. That's a missed frag. Missed opportunity. Flix doesn't know where to look as that frag hasn't come through. Molotovs come out. Smokes are in there. And you do wonder if Moe should be looking to save this AWP yet again already. You know that this is going to be quite difficult to retake, but he will drop Hazard. That isn't the bomb. It will still get planted with llamas. But no, he's going to get caught out by the UMP. Texter, that nade could absolutely annihilate him, but no, it bounces just the wrong direction. Slightly away from Firebox. Moe still hunting. As is that still a player in Palace? That is Gyro. The bomb is planted for him. Llamas picks up Iron. And now this is his call to save, but no, he picks up another one. That's Llamas going down. Moe's still looking. Spots that player over. Oh, out of Palace. And now they're just going to chase him down. They don't want him keeping that up. It will be one. Andy will drop him. Moe is technically very close to a couple of aces here had he managed to pick him up, even if it was going to be in a losing effort both rounds.
What do you think about Cheese right now? When you look at when I look at Iron and Moe and Infrequent, I see 3 players who have all been very good AWPers on their teams previously to the squad. We're seeing Moe pick up the AWP in this game, and the frags that he's getting aren't making much impact at all. He's not positioned well. He's not in the right spot. They're definitely struggling to utilize him.
The Texter just takes the smoke to the face, as it is, but I suppose that round it was more so that Moe still had the arm from the previous in that sense, but I would like to... Well, Infrequent, he had the AWP in that double AWP setup up first, and it didn't really do enough.
Who would you like to be seeing with the AWP going forward?
From previous experience, and actually, I suppose technically Moe's doing the best on the AWP right now, but from previous experience and knowing these players, I want to see Infrequent on that AWP. He used to be rated as possibly the best AWPer, ahead of both Sicko and Gratisfaction at one point. He was one of the best AWPers. I believe that would have been on the Tainted roster.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, I'd like to see him pull it back out. I think that he could be absolutely crucial for them. I'd say he's probably lost it a little bit since... it's probably been about a year and a bit now since he's last really surprised me with an AWP. But in any case, I want to see him pull it out. I want to see him have some success with it, even if it is just for show in this game. I want to see him do something cool with it.
Yeah.
Either way, push up connector. Texter is going to be holding that angle from jungle. The players will be pushing through that smoke. Perfect.
Patience.
Works out, and Texter gets a few shots through the smoke. Iron, though, is going to be the first man to fall as he tries to push from short. Gyro looking for some more. Drops Flix. Moe's going to push up from bottom connector as well. He doesn't get the headshot, and that'll be Gyro picking up one more. still looking in here. Andy's picked up a frag in the meantime. Infrequent and Texter now. The USPs looking to do a little bit of work. Llamas drops one. Infrequent tries to come up connected. Gyro will make sure he falls. Breakaway, 8-2 scoreline. They've taken this half, and we do see, well, I can only assume there's a technical pause coming through. No, actually technical, as we do see Moe drop out from the Chiefs side. Either way, yet to see any of these tonight, and it is a little bit disappointing, but obviously an ace, 5 kills. We've seen it closest in this match so far. We'll get you a free small chips and drink at any Carl's Jr. store around New Zealand for 24 hours until tomorrow. Flawless victory, 16-0. We're not going to see any of those tonight. It is a little bit disappointing, but if we get one next week, you can go in and get yourself a free cheeseburger and a knife kill. Whilst I'd love it to include the Zeus, it sadly doesn't. The knife expert will get you some free small fries if you head into your Carl's Jr., assuming someone can come in, get that stabby going, and maybe, just maybe we'll see, if this scoreline sort of spreads itself out enough, we might see a couple of attempts. Either way, Chiefs, they've got Mo back in the game. They've got Mo back on the AWP as well. No armor, nothing really put behind it. You can understand not giving him a rifle at that point, but you do wonder, why pull out the AWP? I know it's working for him, but it's not working for the team as a whole. Is it maybe worth just going back to the rifles and trying to...
Well, I think we're seeing that there's still a lot of questions to be asked in the Chiefs squad. Role identification. Who do they, put into these roles? I think Iron has really struggled to find a team from Corvidae to settle in. But we saw what he did with the AWP, and maybe he's not being given enough of an opportunity. He's not given the chance to really shine on a good squad with the AWP. I wouldn't mind seeing him jump onto it.
Well, one thing I'm not awfully impressed with at the moment as well is Flicks and his pushes. I'm not saying that they're poorly timed. He's not getting these frags when he should be. And I don't know if that's just poor use of aggression, but it's not working. Someone needs to just tell him, cut it out, hold the site. Chiefs, as they try and push, they rotate early. Well, actually, they're rotating quite late in a couple of these occasions. It does have you questioning whether they're really up to these B-site holds. Iron and Tex, though, going to combine here. This could be the first round we see from Chiefs in a while. Texter and Iron, they're still combining. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, well, there we go. All it took was a single B-site hold. Very little utility came out from Breakaway, though.
25 seconds left on the clock. They haven't got the bomb site yet. They're under a lot of pressure. It's an enclosed space. It's hard to get through. They weren't using a lot of utility. Yeah, the CTs did a good job, but they were in the perfect positions to be able to defend it. It was a total counter strategy.
It shouldn't, I say it shouldn't. You shouldn't struggle too much to hold off a site push that doesn't have any utility usage with it. At this sort of level, it should be sort of cut it up and eat it. Piece of cake. However, Infrequent, he's going to get forced into ladder by those mollies. And we can see that Breakaway, they're using that utility quite early. You see all the Molotovs come out, so they're not actually able to flush out anywhere on the site that they want to push in the end, which can be quite a pain. Llamas and Noisia do still have theirs, so they can kind of work with it. The only problem is now getting onto that site. They've got the smokes, they've got stuff to work with, and I suppose this A site, it hasn't really failed them so far. Why not keep going at it?
No, so they've gone for a mid pick. They haven't had any opportunity to pick off any of the CTs. And now we see them fall off with a minute on the clock to A main. Doesn't look like they're going to be using the default A smokes, and they're just going to walk out with facing the challenge on CT spawn. Let's see how Moe pulls. See what Moe can do here with the AWP.
I'm feeling like it might just be a flash out of Palace maybe that'll pull him out here, but he scopes out at the wrong time. Llamas picks it up. It's not even going to be the flash coming out. It's a Molotov to unders, and that's it. A couple of smokes come over now, but this is not going to work out very well for Chiefs. That Molotov comes through. Flicks gets burnt up ever so slightly. Texter looking to peek over ticket box here. He's looking, but he can't get that spray under control. The bullets come firing right back at him. Noisia will drop him. Llamas picks up Iron. Gyra takes down Flicks. And Infrequent, he's going to run for his life. He's got, I want to say no chance, but I would love, you know what I mean. I'd love to see him just do something here. He should save, but, if you want to go for it, go for it. Do it.
Well, that round, that comes down to Moe. His responsibility was to defend, and that play that was used against him, he had a perfect position and he was playing the counter to it. It was his bad manners to be able to move from that position, take line of sight off, and move into another position. He went to play on ticket to look into mid-connector. That's what I was anticipating he was going to do. It's not his job to do that. His job was A main, and he took his eyes off it. It was crucial.
I suppose at that point you're sort of looking at Moe and you're saying you've seen no utility usage whatsoever. If a flash comes out, you can drop back. If a smoke comes out, you can drop back, you can push forward, you can do whatever you want because you know that they're probably going to push either through the smokes or they're going to wait for them to bloom and you've got a bit of time to reposition yourself. Instead, Andy's come through now and just absolutely annihilated Texter. Flicks push. It doesn't work yet again. Maybe it's the weapon choice, but again, poor push. You've just lost a player on the site. Llamas will drop in frequent. It's looking beautiful here. Llamas drops iron. And Moe, he's got the USP. He may be able to drop Nausea.
Yeah, breakaway. They're running away with it now. You predicted it. It's going to be 10-3 on the T half. And we talk about Mirage being a CD-sided map. This is domination. I don't know what Moe CQ is thinking right now, but he's going to be questioning life, I'm sure of it. Oh.
Beautiful headshot from Andy to finish it off. But I suppose going back to that previous round talking about Moe, it just wasn't the right time to move.
No.
It wasn't in I suppose, good sense. We've seen Infrequent. He's pulled out the AWP now as well. I almost wonder if you want to give Infrequent a go with this AWP and instead let him buy the armor.
Here we go. Double AWP on the CT side. The AWPs are coming out.
And as I say, I do wonder if you almost want to give Infrequent free reign with the AWP, get Moe to drop it over to him. Infrequent drops him a rifle and gets armor behind his own AWP. But now they're giving Infrequent that chance to hold on to the A site from Ticket again. And it's his job to watch A main. Is he going to do... I don't want to say make the same mistakes, but where is Moe holding is my biggest question now. He's holding on short.
There's very little cohesion between these positions with the CT player and the A main player, Flix and Infrequent. It doesn't look like it fits. Maybe that's something that these guys haven't had time to do yet, but there isn't a support player with nades. There's no assistance, really, to help the other player and make their position stronger.
Yeah. And the thing is now, you got Nausea in Palace, and because Flix has pushed it so many times and had so little success with it, he's just going to wait here. He's holding a new angle this time. Quite often he's further towards the back of Palace. It could be Flix checking it, he may not. But Flix, if he doesn't push it here, he gives Chiefs a lot better of a chance just by being alive. If you don't know where he is, you can't really do much about him, can you? As we say that, a smoke at TopCon, Texter could have annihilated a couple of players through the smoke, but he has no information. They are looking to push out now. Hazard going to push around. I think he's actually just skipped past Texter there, but Llamas, he's going to drop Texter, and Frequent picks up one. Frequent looking for another, but Hazard picks it up. Flix gets one, gets two. We're talking about the Flix. Iron drops Andy and Gyra 1 versus 3 to clutch out this round as we go towards the final round of the half. Moe comes through with his own AWP, and that will clean up. Chiefs will pick up a 4.
That was a strange round, and the fact that neither of the players, they were in a position of no man's land outside those stairs and jungle area, and there was a smoke dividing their line of sight, and they were all just walking around there with their backs and eyes facing each other, but they couldn't directly see each other. And eventually, line of sight came into Flix's position, and he made a couple of really important frags.
We've got a double AWP set up on the T side now, so it's not just the Chiefs making the most of it. Moe, in this final round, he hasn't bought head armor. It's not like he exactly needed it at this point, but up again, knowing that they've got a double AWP set up in here, against the pistols, the head armor would definitely come in handy, just that tiny bit more. So I'm not picking on him, but when you've got that 1350 to spare, just throw it down on the armor.
Nice from Ian, and multi-frag out mid by himself with no assistance. Beautiful play.
Nade comes over. We'll clean up Andy just a little bit. Won't be enough though. Smoke goes down. Nade will come back over. And technically Andy wins out there by doing a little bit more damage to Moe. It's kind of like that game, you know, I hit you for 10, you hit me for 30. Ow, that really hurt. Nausea getting aggressive up. Will be able to drop Texter. Beautiful work there. As now Iron, he is holding on his own over towards B, and I wouldn't put it past him to just hold this beautifully.
Well, the CD players at the moment, I mean, you've got 3 players guided towards A at the moment. The clock's running low. I think the isolated player this is not very well done.
No, 25 seconds. This play has to come towards B now at this point. The bomb heading into the back end of apartments. They've got to run this. Gyro has to get this frag on Iron right here, right now. It's going to be all on him, and indeed he will. He'll put this Molotov down. Flix, he's expecting Noisia because he knows that Noisia just loves to lurk, and he's waiting to get his brains blown out. Either way, the bomb plant will come through with plenty of time on the clock. Noisia picks up one more. And now, look where we are again. Chiefs probably losing this half 11 to 4, but no. Flix from short. He's upgraded to an AK. Gyro picks up one more. Noisia. They know where both players are, and Frequent picks up one. Noisia, he can't really afford to peek this, but no, my lord, Infrequent!
Okay, you can hit the AWP.
Yep, that's it. You can have the AWP. I give up.
Individual brilliance. That's what is the only thing that's going to save Chiefs right now, because they don't have the teamwork. They don't have the tactics. Or we haven't seen it on the CD side of Mirage, where it's quite easy to be able to get the cohesion going. I'm disappointed, to say the least, but I'm really impressed with what Breakaway have brought to this game. They've brought tactics and strategy.
What was that flick? That's all I have to say.
Sharp,
what was that flick? My question is, did he even see him? Or did he have a hint? Or I suppose maybe knowing where Noisia had been playing before, he would have just made the assumption that going across site, maybe he'd catch him somewhere, but...
He had his eyes shut.
Yeah, no, he just had his eyes closed. He just sort of sitting there with the mouse, just swinging it wildly. Llamas... Oh, he's at the sneaky spot. He will pick up one frag. Good work there, looking for a couple more. He drops in Frequent. Texter gets one in return, but it's instantly in favor of the Breakaway boys. Texter now has to find 3 more frags. He will find Noisia. He'll peek around, he'll spot out Andy. Gyro has to rotate in through market. Gyro comes through, but the one tap with the USP sees Breakaway pick up their 11th round, take this one out quite nicely.
Beautiful defense from Breakaway. It's lock down that pistol round. That's what you want to see. But again, disappointing to see just basically a B rush from Chase. To
be fair, it wasn't really much of a rush either.
No,
you seem to have a couple of players out. Well, it was more of a split B rush. You had 2 players out. They lost those players and then still went for it, at which point it was kind of, I suppose, feeding lambs to the slaughter.
This is a super round from Breakaway either way, and it looks like they're going to be closing out this match, but we'll have to wait and see. 11-5 lead, that's a great position to be in.
Love a little bit of play there by, I believe that's actually Andy in the mid-window. He just sort of gives up his body a little bit, sort of gives that away, tries to find out exactly what Chiefs are working with, whether Texas maybe gone for a slightly better weapon over the others after getting those couple of kills. Andy will just hide away though. Molotov comes down just to prevent any push up the connector area. But Andy, now he's just going to sit there. Texas just going to fire off shots until Andy sort of either gives him something to work with or annihilates him.
Well, he knows that they can't take him out unless they fish him out with utility.
Oh!
Texter! Huge. You don't want to be going up against him with an Eagle. He is such a good player.
Noisia and Gyro, though, will get those frags back. MP9 for Mars combining. A nade in there would be beautiful right now, but has a... I don't believe he's close enough. No, I believe he's over actually on... No, he's actually... Where is he? He's pushed up into apps. It's a palace. Oh, Lord. My brain's fried. Either way, it looks like it's going to be a play towards B. They've got these players out there. Has a... Oh, this trigger discipline. He holds on to the first player. Spots the second. Oh, does pick up Iron in the end. And now, as in Moe pushes up, he'll pick up one frag. Look for a second, but Gyro with the MP9. The money farm works. And Breakaway will pick up their 12th. We don't see that anti-eco either, and that's quite a positive for this Breakaway side.
A 12-5 lead for Breakaway Esports. It looks like they're running away with it. They're confident. They've got good strategy. It really shows they've got a good leader positioned in the squad, telling them what to do and how to play. It really blew me away to see this at this stage of their careers as a squad. They're a new team. This is impressive.
Yeah, it will be a rush up mid apparently as Texter is going to get annihilated. Andy picks up 1, picks up 2, picks up 3. Looking for a 4th, but no, he's not going to get it. Noisia will drop Flix. Moe will fall at the hands of Hazza. Yet again, we get close to yet another ace almost. If Andy had just managed to flick down onto Moe perfectly, it would have been beautiful. He could have come back out. He could have gone, guys, hold up, I want some free food.
These Chiefs players, individually, they're star players of our scene. And they're not performing right now to the standard that we know that they're capable of. Breakaway, that's what you want to see on an anti-eco round. Total, like they just demolished them.
When it takes 4 players pushing mid to kill 1 guy, that's when you know that you've had a solid anti-eco.
Yeah. Teamwork. I think that's what Breakaway is showing Chiefs right now. They're giving an example of what it is to be able to rely on your teammate, to be able to rely on your teammates. When you can do that, when you can trust your defense and your attack in any sport,
I think that's actually
really helps.
That's what Breakaway have, and that's key. They've been together as at least the core 3-4 for long enough that it just works. Llamas came in probably a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, so he's had a couple of weeks with the team, whereas this Chiefs lineup was only announced a couple of days ago. It does make you question exactly what levels of teamwork have been, communication, teamwork, etc. have all been worked on by these boys. But as it is so far, it's definitely looking like Breakaway just have that advantage. Iron has played himself out of underpass, but Breakaway have got no issues giving up mid, given that they don't have an AWP out. Andy is on a scout instead. And Iron, he's going to look to push up connector. Moe will pick up that first frag onto Gyra, but he has been heavily tagged in the process. Flix drops Noisia, and now maybe Breakaway have got a chance here. That'll be a tag coming through from Andy, looking for a frag. Yet again, looking to absolutely annihilate someone wherever he can. Infrequent drops Hazza, and now Llamas and Andy in a 2 versus 4. 2 players heavy tagged. Does give him at least a decent enough chance, but Llamas, he could actually peek through here, possibly drop Iron, but Iron, he's free. He's got that full health. Got really nothing to get out of this. But he will. It will be Llamas, and now he's actually going to get through the murder hole before anything goes wrong. Andy peeks through, and Texter now left 1v2. If there's anyone that you think can win this 1v2, though, right this moment, you'd put it on the young gun Texter. Flash comes over. Andy will fall. That gives away Texter's position. He's going to drop the smoke. He's going to back away. The young ones against each other. Texter will drop Llamas.
And it's just what Chiefs need to be able to come back into this. I was a little bit surprised to see Andy with a scout.
After the extremely successful previous round, yes. I agree. At the same time, that was against the, I suppose, the anti-eco. Doesn't exactly do too much.
But they still got the economy. They've got the double AWP now. This will really hurt the T-side players and set the CTs up for match point if they can get away with this round. Let's see how their defense holds up against the mid-control.
Giving up the mid-control. That's fine. I mean, they've got the double AWPs. They can work with it anywhere. Although it does look as though Gyro's going to be holding that angle into apartments, and it will be Andy playing back on that CT angle. Playing around the triple stack, but looks as if, though, he will take the responsibility for that mid-push by the looks of it. The only problem is he doesn't have any eyes on short, and the one player that needs to work short has now moved back into market. Flix will drop Andy. That's the AWP going down to a Galil.
Wow.
Interesting play. I'd be keen to see how that one played out, but Moe will break the vent into the ladder room. Llamas, he's pushed up into T-Apps. He's caught Iron unawares. He's been heavily tagged, but that's not going to concern him too much, as now they have to know exactly where he's going to be coming from. He peeks out, he drops Moe. He'll be looking for Texter, but no, he's just going to hide. It's perfectly worked there. 13-6, as Texter is going to be able to push down, head up through Con. Bomb looking to come in through Palace. Still, Noisia has picked up that AWP. Llama's picking up the other AWP. If they can cut off a rotation, could be absolutely crucial. Noisia just expecting absolutely anyone from anywhere at this point. But it does look as though this will just be a save for them. They've called it already.
Well, they're saving the 2 double AWPs. That's really important. They'll be able to reset up next round, make the most of them. I mean, Andy getting caught out was a real letdown. They just weren't on point. They weren't in the right position. Mid-control for CT, I think that would really shut down Chiefs and could change the round and the game for them.
So do you think it might just take maybe just a really cheeky mid-peek from Andy? Just try and get that early frag, even if it...
I think they run 3 CTs mid, taking mid-connector and window,
Yep.
and they just basically run the 2 AWPs on that line with a support line, like IN on B short with rifle and flashes. And those flashes are just to open up the space for the AWPers to take their opportunities, set them up. He can clean up afterwards and follow on from the information. But I think a 3 mid play, shutting down the T-side players, the T-side players don't have many tactics or strategies. If you shut that down, they're not going to have many options.
I'll agree with you on that one. I think it's definitely something I'll have to work on. Andy is not going to pick up either of these AWPs, so they will stick on the players that do have the armor and the kits, etc. in behind them. But the economy, it's just not there for Breakaway to really work with. They're going to have to hold back, and this could actually be the difference between Chiefs getting up to 9 here before Breakaway get another buy-in, or if we see maybe just a little bit of magic. Gyra baiting here for a lovely pick from Llamas. But these flashes coming over, Chiefs are still going to push this. We know this doesn't work for them very often, but Infrequent will pick up one. Llamas is not going to get burnt out just yet, will fall at the nade of Texter. Expecting possibly a push unders, but no, it's going to be a boost over short. They will fall back out of T apartments. And all these CTs have rotated. I want to say it was a perfect fake, but for once they've just changed their mind in time.
It was a great call to rotate as quickly as they did, and they're just gunning it. They're absolutely flooring it with their knives out and everything. And now as they approach the A site, they're not slowing down. They've got the rifles out. They're just taking the site. They know that they can get a free plant.
And all that matters now is that Andy can possibly get his hands back on this AWP, wherever it may have blown to. If they can get anything. Noisia. Andy and Noisia, they've got the AWPs, they'll just be saving these. I mean, they've got nothing to get out of this. Hazza, he's going to go looking for that weapon that was dropped, obviously, when the kill was picked up. So they've got decent enough, I suppose, weapons to work with. The only problem is that they are going to get hunted down. It's going to be quite difficult. And Chiefs, they've only left the 2 players on site. That is Texter and Flix. You've got Moe and Infrequent both out there, but their economy isn't strong enough to, I suppose, afford losing those weapons either.
Right, to be able to save 2 AWPs and an AK on a round that you've lost, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the Terrace players have made a mistake there by not really putting pressure on them on the B side. To take one of those rifles away, the AWP or the AK, would have been fantastic.
Yeah, it would have been, but sadly, we don't get that out of them, and we do have to just sort of sit and see what comes out now. It will just be... Yeah, we do see the buy come through now. Will be the full rifle. We see the double AWP setup stick out. See Smoke head over for that mid window. Andy, he's got that AWP. My goodness, what an angle to go and play. The aggression from this man. But it's not going to mean too much as they've got not a single player towards this A site for Chiefs.
It looks like the T-side players are running the same tactic they are this round as they did previously, except they don't have the pressure from the AWP on B halls.
Iron drops out, he drops Gyro. I don't know if he spotted Llamas, indeed
Beautiful.
He did. It now leaves Hazza, Andy and Noisia, the 3 players that saved before. Moe will drop 1. And my goodness, what a way to start. Breakaway got the double AWP set up. They've dropped 1. Absolutely nothing is going their way at the moment. Nade will come down. Noisia will just get away, but he's going to get dropped by Moe. The aggression from Chiefs now is what is paying off for them. Andy, maybe he'll ace. Maybe he'll just pick up 5 kills as they all try and push him or something. Alright.
Yeah.
Nah, never mind. It's all good.
High hopes, mate.
It's all good. I never said that, did I? No. You can't quote me.
But that's a really good round from Chiefs. They actually repeated the round, except they didn't have the defense to counter their attack. So their execution was, it was unique. It was good. They actually do have something in the arsenal that they can play. They can call upon it and run it. So they do have tactics. That's good to see.
My biggest concern, I suppose, at the moment.
Frag and Frequent setting up the round.
Was beautiful. My biggest concern at the moment is that Breakaway most likely giving up this 10th round here. So they're not going to have an awful lot to work with. Hazza will pop off a couple shots, but Texter comes out on top yet again in that Battle of the Young Guns. CZ not doing an awful lot. Moe will drop Noisia. Gyra falls at his hands as well. Those very experienced hands of Moe.
Hmm.
That was beautiful there from Moe. He survives with 2 points of health.
Well, the economy's strong on the CT side now, so we should see a full buy. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I would still like to see them do a mid-control, an aggressive take, where they can pick off a few T-side players. We saw Infrequent go aggressive with the AWP and dominate mid last round. Let's see what they can bring.
Well, I'm almost starting to question it. We've had 2 games, I suppose, you know, games that we'd consider to be the tactical prowess games, where the CT side has very much worked out for the team that's been on it. Comparatively, we're now here with this, as we'd suggest, possibly more aim-heavy game, and CT, it doesn't matter. If those Ts are getting the picks, that's just what they're doing. And I think that's the biggest struggle right now for Breakaway, is that they're not countering these picks. Their own utility usage is coming out quite late, and as such, they're caught with a flash in their hand as Texas just peeks around the corner and blows their brains out. It's a little bit awkward.
Well, this is nice. This is an A execute.
Indeed it is, but Hazard, he's still in a firebox. He's just going to duck down. Iron looking to push in, but Llamas will pick up 1 from backside. That'll be 2. Moe gets 1, Hazard gets a 3rd. And now Flix and Moe. Moe's already pushed through jungle. He picks up 1. Flix drops Hazard, but now Noisia and Andy. 2 versus 1 over Flix. That flash goes up high. Flix has to get his hands back on the bomb. He will. Nate will go over towards CT, and he's just going to back out. He's got 45 seconds to work with. And the best part is that Andy, he's on short. He'll hear Flix running through apartments.
Now, this is actually done quite often now, so people are actually quite prepared for it. So the CTs are immediately responding to this, and they're actually stacked on the B side. They're taking a big risk here.
Either way, they've got the advantage in the retake, so whichever way Flix goes, it's...
The advantage of the trade, and they're setting up perfectly right here. Flix might get 1, but he won't get both of them. Oh. And nicely done.
I was kind of wondering what Andy was looking at that moment. The fact that I wonder if he was considering a knife kill.
Right?
He was probably thinking about a knife kill and some free food. Either way, that is Breakaway's 14th. The double up setup finally works, even though I don't believe Gyro actually got a kill in that round.
Well, the execution from Chase was strong to the point that they got all their smokes out, but 1 molly stopped them from pressing out aggressively, and then they were just slow to the point. An off angle from Llamas allowed him to pick up 2 frags, and that stopped their attack completely.
Oh, Flix, he hits that shot perfectly onto Andy, drops the first AWP. Well, I say first AWP, only AWP on the Breakaway side. The rest of these Ts all bunched up towards A main, top mid, and unders. Be keen to see exactly how this is going to go. As Flix is looking to peek out, that flash comes in. Noisia, oh my lord, Infrequent hits that shot.
Perfectly read from Infrequent.
Breakaway are a book, written in like size 64 print, and Infrequent just said, Noisia's going to peek. And that's your story for tonight, Chris. Either way, Breakaway, they're at a disadvantage in the men. Flix will make that even worse for them by dropping Hazard. Llamas and Gyra are now left in that 2 versus 5. One of these boys either has to pull something amazing out of nowhere or just give it up and head back into apartments, grab those weapons and try and just hold onto them for dear life.
And I think maybe what we're seeing right now is that there's only so much time in a day. So these guys may not have all the strategies and tactics in place. Their CT sides definitely need a lot of work. Their T sides, though, we're seeing executes, and we're seeing them, you know, actually result in rounds being won.
Yeah, Gyro's picked up a couple kills here. Sorry, he picked up a kill and will be traded out by Iron. It is a little bit unlucky that Breakaway lose all their weapons, but as such, their economy not looking the best.
So how are you feeling as a Breakaway fan? 14-11 up.
I'm confident.
You on edge at the moment?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Nah, I'm fine.
Yeah?
I'm confident.
Have you been impressed with Breakaway and what they've brought tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You can't not be impressed by this performance that they've pulled out so far.
Yeah. Do you think it's an individual performance or a team performance?
I think it's a team performance, actually.
Yeah.
You see it coming through. Well. I mean, look, you see Noisia and Llamas actually up on some, I suppose, quite a few frags. And I suppose the biggest thing is whether, you know, the other players are actually chipping in.
Yeah.
And for, I suppose, the Breakaway side, I think they are. Chiefs, on the other hand, it's a few individual performances that make them look strong as a team.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think Hazza has had some really important rounds for Breakaway, and that's complemented in, with how they're really doing at the moment. Breakaway, they are showing that they have a good team, they got good structure, and they got good leadership. And Chiefs, they seem to be getting away with a lot at the moment. And we'll see where this game goes. The CT half has been a struggle for both teams, and the AWP, the AWP, is surely going to be changing how this game flows.
So I suppose the biggest thing now, you've got the eco from Breakaway. Can they pick up a 15th round with it?
Getting on to match points really going to help.
Look, all I'm saying is that we've seen a couple of very dodgy ecos in a couple of games, All I'm saying is that if there's any sort of round where Chiefs would lose it from, it'd be something as stupid as this.
Well, I mean, Chiefs was our 3rd seed. They're our 3rd seed. They're going to get upset by a Breakaway.
My lord.
Yeah. 3rd seed.
Either way. And there we go. Breakaway, they've got to find something. Even just a kill or 2 would be nice. Flicks and Hazza going head-to-head does result in a nice win there for Flicks. Molotov's going to come in. Andy. Oh, he's going to burn alive. That's too late for him. He goes down in the hands of Infrequent. Llamas will fall to Iron. Noisia and Gyra will have to try and find something. Noisia doesn't hit that dig initially. Moe will capitalize on that. Gyra picks up 1. Good work from him with that 5-7. Get his hands on a gun temporarily, but Chiefs, they'll just go hunting. They've got no reason not to. Gyra is going to be holding on. Texter, gets his head ripped off. Gyra will have a peek out. Infrequent will absolutely annihilate him. And Breakaway sitting at a 14-12 lead. Their economy still not in a very good place. It will mean an eco here, and this does give Chiefs a chance to get on to 14-13.
Oh, 2 rounds that separates them, and it doesn't look like the CT is going to be able to get this. This is actually closer to the wire than I expected. I thought Breakaway, they had this wrapped up, but no. It's going the distance.
Absolutely. As Breakaway, they have very little to work, well, literally nothing to work with. Push into mid. 1 for Texter. Infrequent with the nade. 2 for Texter. 3 for Texter. And a 2nd for Infrequent. Nice little cleanup job there from Chiefs. Nothing lost, nothing gained. No issues.
Look,
and Breakaway, this is their chance.
Seriously, my stomach is growling right now. I want some Carl's Jr. I want it brought to me right now. I'm getting hungry. Oh, midnight snack. Let's go.
Yeah. Can anyone hook us up, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers, Carl's Jr. Breakaway, they've got their buy. It's a single AWP. It's on Andy. I don't know how he's been playing with this, really. It's been a bit hit and miss, but overall, I suppose he's been a little bit more of a standout on the AWP for the Breakaway side. Chiefs, they have got the 4 AKs. They've got that AWP on Infrequent. You do have to wonder whether the Breakaway boys can just hold on here.
This is an incredibly important round right here. It can decide the rest of the match.
Yeah, it could be the difference between going to full 30. It could be the difference between just hitting 29. And it could be the difference between Chiefs getting quite the upset here. Oh, sorry, being quite upset. As Moe is going to be playing around on short. Gyra is not really going to know anything too much. Moe, he peeks.
Mid control has been a weak point for both teams.
Yeah, Moe picks up 1. Gyra gets that trade back immediately. But he backs away. He's looking for more. Moe will drop him. And now 3 players alive. Hazza will have to come through. No, that's Llamas with 1 and 2. Lovely work from him. Puts the smoke down. Just gives himself some time to work with. Iron. He's going to drop Iron as well. Infrequent 1 versus 3. But we know he can win these. Andy will pick up the frag with the AWP and Breakaway onto 15. Getting themselves that match point. But Llamas with the absolute standout alpaca that one on his back.
That was huge. Breakaway, on match point right now. Like, this is going to be a great upset and a great way to stage the LPL tournament going forward. Chiefs are on the back foot right now. I wonder what they're thinking. I wonder if how great it would be to actually hear what they are saying between each other.
I don't know if we're allowed to broadcast what they'd say to each other either. That's the only big problem I can see. But in any case, it is this pause, and surprisingly, Chiefs, they've got to pick up 2 rounds here in a row. And that only gets them to overtime.
15-13, that puts Breakaway on match point. What are we going to see from them? Are we going to see mid-control? Are they going to keep with the defensive fallback approach? Really utilize the range of the AWP?
See, I have to say that it's almost a concern that yet again they've pulled out the double AWP.
This is the setup. This is the round that we've seen the Chiefs. They've won 2 rounds with this play. It's worked on 2 occasions in 2 different.
Gyro just gets caught though, but he's got the utility out early. That could catch some of these Chiefs. Boys, nice. He catches Iron. Lovely work. He doesn't manage to grab Flix. The push is out onto this B site. They've got it. Texter looking to get the plant. Lamas picks up 1. This man has to go big once more. 4 versus 3. Retake is entirely possible. That nade does not do enough damage. Moe holds that tight angle infrequent. He's heavy in there. He drops Andy. That'll be Moe. Drops Noisia. Peeking through. A double there. Texter picks him up. And oh my lord, the economy for Breakaway. It's in shambles. And I think we're going to an overtime.
15-14. Let's see the Deagle get busted out from Hazza.
Oh.
Well, the CTs are in a predicament at the moment. They don't have the economy to be able to defend a T-side attack. They don't have the range of the rifles or the utility to prevent them from progressing onto the bomb sites. They've got to somehow utilize those Deagles. They've got to make some sharp shots. They've got to be aimers right now, not tacticians. Let's see what Andy can do with a scout. I mean, it's a one-shot kill to the head with a scout. To the body, it's going to take 2. So if he's on point and he can set up the round, I want to see him go mid. I want to see him be aggressive. I want to see him try set up a couple of kills for his teammates to be able to recover the round.
I think we all just want to see something, and I don't know exactly what that is going to be. Noisia is going to pull out the CZ. He's got a smoke. He's got the armor. You got 4 smokes on the side of Breakaway. If Chiefs just go in dry, no flashes, no smokes over, it could end quite badly for them. Texter is going to peek out. He's going to spot a player. He's going to put the nade over. Infrequent with the orb. Oh my lord, the flash hits him, but he still hits the shot. Infrequent and Flix combining. There's another one. Gyro, he's going to get caught out possibly as Iron attempts this push up. Texter picks up Noisia. And it looks very much so like we are going to be heading to overtime. Lamas though, he's going to pick up 1. Gyro, he's going to peek out. He's going to pick up Iron. It's still not looking too promising, though, for this Breakaway side with just 41 points of health between them. This is going to be a massive struggle, but they have to go for it. They've got nothing to lose here. Otherwise, we go to overtime anyway. Infrequent misses the shot. Flix picks up 1. Texter drops another.
And we're going to overtime. Our first overtime for the 2nd season. Breakaway, they blew a great lead, but hopefully they can pull it back together. But Chiefs are on a roll. They are on a run. They are being huge. I'm quite disappointed with Breakaway's performance, but it was their fear of being able to challenge and take over middle. It just gave the T-side players too much space. But let's see what they can do here. Let's see if they can get aggressive and turn this game around and bring back a win. It's so needed.
So, for anyone who isn't entirely familiar with CSGO, this is a system called MR3 10K Overtime. It means every single player in the game gets given $10,000 to do whatever they wish with. They'll start on the same side. They get 3 rounds on that side, and it's the first to 4 rounds, so they have to win at least 1 on the side that they're not currently playing on. This does mean it makes it a little bit easier, but essentially the score we're looking for right now is the first team to get to 19. If both teams get to 18, surprise, surprise, we have this magical thing called double overtime. At which point, we're now looking for a score of 22. This keeps on continuing, but hopefully we don't have to go there. Please.
It looks like they're doing an A split using mid connector and A main and Palace.
Texter and Moe already up in con. I don't think that Breakaway are entirely ready, and Frequent getting burnt out a little bit. That smoke comes out, Hazard drops Iron, will be hitting the shot, and Frequent absolutely annihilates him. Texter pushes up, he's not spotted those players in mid. He has no idea where they're going to be. Another frag comes through, and Frequent drops Llama. Texter, he spots Gyra, and that's going to cost the Breakaway boys quite heavily. Andy, he's got the AWP, he has to look for something. Noisia is going to fall at the hands of Flix. Andy's picked up one, but that looks like it'll be it for him. He's got to almost save at this point, given that the money's basically gone.
And Chiefs, they continue their winning streak on the T side of Mirage. It's quite impressive to say the least.
Lovely shot there. We'll pick up one, we'll pick up two. The man, he's too far away from site to go for this, and the third player isn't actually pushing him. It's so unlucky. If this man just had a kit, he may have gotten there. Maybe.
No way. The distance is too far. He's still got to overcome a position that he is not even aware of. Infrequent had that round all ripped up.
Yeah.
But a very good round for Chiefs. And going forward, they're going to be hard to stop.
Yeah, I suppose this is where you come back to your first game knowledge of, I won't say knowledge, but your first game analogy of momentum. And how much it is absolutely key that you use that momentum, you get the potential energy, and you just force it where it needs to go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, what we've seen with Chiefs is that they were quite slow to get started. And as the game has gone on and they've scrapped together these rounds, it has really managed to generate a bit of hype. And it gets that adrenaline pumping in your veins, and you're alert, you're responsive, and you start to believe that you can win these rounds. And that's the momentum I'm talking about. And that's what I'm seeing in Chiefs right now. I'm seeing the hero players of individuals. They're positioning themselves in key positions to counter the CT players. They're doing a great job. Like Texter in jungle, when he pushed through, he's sitting next to Vent, totally counters the guy that comes out of Cubby and shoots him in the window and the side of the head. And we're back into this new round, and they're taking the control again on the T side.
Yes, as it is. Texter, he's going to push straight into Con. He's going to pick up one. He looks for this transfer onto the second. Hazard picks up one. Gyro drops Flix. Moe, he's going to be able to take Hazard out, and we'll just back away. So my biggest concern at the moment is that if Chiefs win, not only is it a comeback, but it's also technically almost an upset. Iron has managed to drop Llamas. It is down to a 2 versus 2. 2 AWPs versus an AWP and an AK. Iron, though, he's dropped out of that window, and it could be costly given that Andy is pushing up on short with his AWP. But it also could be Iron catching him out. Infrequent still has to try and get out onto the site, and he's got to compete with Gyra's AWP. But unluckily for him, he could have taken any chance now to push the site, but instead he's going to wait for Iron. Iron has all the utility he could want. He's got the incendiary, the smoke, both flashes. One flash comes out, the second flash should probably be heading over in a moment. The smoke will go through, will block off Con, but Gyra, he's going to drop Infrequent. Iron, it looks as though he's going to force this. He's going to put this plant down. And this is it. Andy and Gyra, the 2 AWPs. Iron, he has that firepower advantage. One shot, and these AWPs are out of use for at least a couple of seconds. But no, he gives himself away so early. It's just not working. But Iron, he picks up Andy. The push comes through. He knows where Gyra is. He's looking for him. Wow. He picks him up. And Iron, he comes on through. Picks up the 3K. And my man, he has absolutely destroyed that breakaway side. And this should be an 18-15 romping on this first half of overtime.
Super confident play. He managed to pull that out of the bag. Get the plant, gets the 2v1. It was huge. How he isolated and separated the 2 CTs with his positioning, it was a great play. And here we see them going into a fast A execute. They know that the CT defense is weak.
Indeed they do, but Noisia, fully blind, annihilates Texter. Infrequent with the AWP. He pops off a shot towards CT, expecting that player, but he doesn't hit. Andy picks up one more. Haz is going to fall. And now a 3 versus 4. The weapons advantage well within Breakaway's favour at this point. If Noisia can just get his hands on a rifle. The only problem is Llamas. He's got that CZ. He can peek around here. He can pick up a frag just as well. Noisia, he gets one. Infrequent will torch him out unless he's finally dead. Infrequent gets another. Infrequent is going for gold here right now. And boy, he is giving him one good go. Gyra, he's going to peek out. He's going to hit the shot on infrequent. He's looking for Moe. Moe gets it. Andy, he knows where Moe is. Moe has to peek this. He doesn't know where Andy is, though. And this could be the chance for Breakaway to bring this to a 17-16 for this first half. But my goodness, he doesn't know exactly where he is. He's turned around. Oh,
no!
Moe gets him! And Chiefs take the first half of overtime 3-0, putting Breakaway in the most difficult position they could possibly have to come back from now.
That is huge from Chiefs. They're in a perfect position to be able to win this game. I just can't believe it. What a comeback. I mean, they do have the experienced individuals, and they are players who don't play without fear. I think that's something that we've seen from Breakaway. They are fearful.
I like that, Andy. He's going to go for this aggressive mid-control, and he just might... No, he gets the smoke out, and oh my goodness, if he wasn't going for kinetic control, that could have been absolutely beautiful. He hits the double hop. That nade destroys Haz's armor, destroys his face. And now Moe, he's peeked into apartments, he'll annihilate llamas, and this is very much favoring Chiefs for a 19-15 right now.
Chiefs are showing up. This is what we should have seen early on, but it took a wee while for their confidence to grow. But that's a huge play from Moe. And aggressive information on middle to take mid-control and then fall back. Now they're using their number advantage.
Yeah, nade. It's just going to flash off in towards connector. Breakaway already at the man disadvantage. Really, they need to at least even this up before they can do anything. And that's going to be difficult given that those flashes just going straight down mid. Just blinds the players. It's almost as if the communication's faltering at this point for them, but infrequent. He looks for a frag. The double up set up on the Chiefs side, almost looking like it's going to start working for them. But Andy, he's looking for something. He's looking through Con Noisia. He's actually put his way up to Tetris. This could be quite a cheeky flank if they don't know he's already out, but they're already backing off, so they've essentially given up this A site, at least to the Tetris area. Shots coming through, infrequent will fall at the hands of Noisia. Shots over onto short. Noisia still looking, still hunting. He won't find it. Iron will drop him. 4 versus 3. The bomb is out on that A site, but we do see Gyra fall. Moe peeks around. He drops it. He spots Andy, and this could be all over, but no. Hazza, he tries to drop him. He's got no time, and that will do it. Moe CQ finishes it off. Chiefs will take out our final game on this first week, 19-15. My lord.
That was a close game. I did not think it was going to go to overtime, but that was tight. And that was some big play from the individuals on Chiefs there. And what a run. I mean, that was a huge run. I think it was, what, at one stage, wasn't it like 14-6 to Breakaway? Was it that
13, 12 or 13 to 6. It was one lead, and it was absolutely blown out of the water. I don't know how they've done it. I don't know what happened there. But Breakaway, I don't want to say they threw it. They took Chiefs all the way. And unluckily for them, all the way just wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't. But here we go. Back to you, presenters.
Thank you very much for that, Wayfarer. And I mean, what an absolute stellar game coming out from these two teams. I mean, I was absolutely blown away there. My heart was with the Chiefs there. I obviously thought that they were ready to go, but instead, Breakaway breaking out of the gates, taking it to Chiefs there in that first half.
Yeah, Breakaway really... They'll be disappointed with that one, to be honest with you. They really came out of the blocks really strong there. Their teamwork was on point. They were hitting their shots. But the second half, the Chiefs there just really showed how good they are and that they're a class above. And they really came through with that one in the end there.
Yeah, so hats off to Chiefs there for picking up the first win in overtime of the first night here at the ANZ Invitational. I didn't expect to see that.
That's pretty crazy.
But yeah, Chiefs obviously very aggressive to start off with, but it sort of started falling in their favour. Anything you want to mention about their play style?
I think towards the end there, Chiefs sort of just, they knew they had the momentum over them, so they were using their aim a lot. You notice they were pushing into sites quite heavily. They weren't really waiting too long. They were just using their natural raw ability to get the job done.
Yeah, and there's a few sort of stellar key moments there from, towards the overtime there, Iron 1v2, stepping up, getting the win there. But I am definitely a fan now of Breakaway Esports. I'm expecting some very big things from them. It's going to be a very, very interesting season, don't you think, Tom?
Yeah, most definitely. All these games tonight, they could have gone either way, you know what I mean? All 6 of these teams actually showed that they have some fight and they have some potential to make it through to the final stages of this season. So It's definitely looking good, that's for sure.
Well, speaking of tonight's games, let's go back and have a look at the results from this evening's matches. We've obviously had some extremely close games from start to finish here. First up, we saw Tainted Minds taking on Greyhound, where Tainted Minds managed to pick that one up 16-11. After that, we had Legacy taking on Ground Zero. Another nail-biter there where Legacy came out on top 16-10. And to finish us off there, our first overtime, Chiefs managing to pick that one up 19-15 in overtime and get us right into the first week here of the ANZ Invitational. And now let's just have a look at the standings now after week number 1. Obviously 3 points for a win here and 0 for a loss. Legacy, Tainted Minds and Chiefs sitting up the top there, picking up wins and obviously a little bit of points difference there on rounds. Breakaway, Greyhound and Ground Zero, though, going to have to do some work next week, Tom.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I don't think Greyhound they'll probably be the team that's probably least pleased with their performance. I feel like Breakaway, at least they offered quite a lot today and they'll be quite proud of their performances. But yeah, definitely back to the drawing board for Greyhound and Ground Zero, I think.
Yeah, well, Breakaway should also be pretty happy with their results. But let's have a look who will be taking on who next week. It's going to be Legacy taking on Chiefs for our first game of the evening. After that, it'll be Breakaway taking on Tainted Minds. And then it will be Ground Zero to finish off the night, taking on Greyhound. Must wins, obviously, for all of these teams, because every game really does count.
Yeah, exactly right.
Well, I have been Dallas CSGICITY.
Thomas Blackout Richmond.
And from all of us here at LPL, thank you so very much for tuning in this week. We'll be here, same time, same place next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. for week number 2. So make sure you tune in for all the action. Have yourselves a lovely evening.
The ANZ CSGO Invitational is presented by Carl's Jr., home of great American burgers.